What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty. Join my Discord if you want to chat and share your thoughts, the link is in the description. 5 Street Chapter 83 World Government, Pirates and Marines are established to collectively attack Beechburg. Marineford Field, while Six Paths Tom absorbs Im's blow to destroy the island. In the realm of mystery, Al's creation of Tom is gradually on the right track. After several times of thinking and failure, Al has figured out the right logic for what Tom needs. Material role. Tom Cat. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 300 years ago, Tom of Six Paths started his Six Paths form while his strength skyrocketed. Close black lens bracket. It also made him unable to find a suitable opponent. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket for Six Paths Tom who is clamoring to fight outside. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks expresses his helplessness. Close black lens bracket. To this end, the annoyed Tonks use the genes of Six Paths Tom to perform biological cloning again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You can face Six Paths Tom with the Six Paths form turned on. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Previous cloning technology doesn't work at all. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After several failures. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks decided to upgrade on the original basis of cloning technology. Close black lens bracket. But when a Six Paths Tom was cloned and upgraded. Open black lens bracket because Six Paths Tom failed to contain the power in his body in time. Close black lens bracket. This cloning experiment caused a huge accident. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It is precisely because of this accident that a strange existence was born. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After seeing that I have created an unprecedented embryo. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks is lost and overwhelmed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On the other hand, Tom of Six Paths was overjoyed, and immediately launched a duel against him. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. How can a little thing just born in this world know what a duel is? Close black lens bracket. But Six Paths Tom doesn't care so much. Open black lens bracket. Senjutsu. The power of Six Paths. Almost all the moves that can be used are used by Six Paths Tom. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Facing the fierce attack of Six Paths Tom, the newborn little guy does not dodge. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Instead, it absorbs all of Six Paths Tom's attacks. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket while absorbing Six Paths Tom's attack. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The newborn little guy has also undergone earth-shaking changes. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The little guy who looked like a slime. Close black lens bracket, gradually turned into the appearance of Six Paths Tom in the process of absorption again and again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Six Paths Tom couldn't believe it after seeing this scene. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, after a brief surprise, Tom of Six Paths also accepted this fact. Close black lens bracket. And he named the guy in front of him who is 90% similar to himself, Tom. Open black lens bracket. As time goes by, Six Paths Tom and Tonks discover a little weirdness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. That is, Tom looks exactly like a normal house cat. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. 06 but once attacked or fatally injured. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tom's ability will be revealed. Close black lens bracket. Plus Thompson is timid. Open black lens bracket. It can be said that his ability is completely based on the premise of being beaten. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Not only that, after several experiments by Tonks. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket also found that Tom's back is like a mobile treasure trove. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As long as Tom wants, he can take out all kinds of strange items from his back. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Besides, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks also found that Tom's learning ability is terrifying. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After years of research and observation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks finally came to a conclusion. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tom has surpassed the realm of creatures since he was born. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, Tom thinks that he is just an ordinary house cat in his consciousness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But subconsciously, there is nothing that Tom can't accomplish. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Simply put, it's only Tom who wants or doesn't want to. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Does it work without Tom? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Since discovering Tom's characteristic. Close black lens bracket. Tonks began to educate Tom a series of times. Open black lens bracket. Trying to transform subconsciousness into main consciousness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After countless failures. Close black lens bracket. Tonks finally succeeded. Modification failed. Please try again later. As Al fixes Tom's personality issues, a cold mechanical sound suddenly sounded. Mandatory termination of modification of Al. See this situation. Al couldn't help frowning. Summarize the reasons for previous failures. Al seems to have figured out what the problem is. Probable cause, it may be because Tom's strength is too heaven-defying bug. So if you want to modify successfully, had to give Tom a limit to make modifications. Got an idea, Al immediately started editing Tom again. Material role. Tomcat. Open black lens bracket modification in progress, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket since discovering Tom's characteristic, close black lens bracket. Tonks began to educate Tom a series of times. Open black lens bracket trying to transform subconsciousness into main consciousness, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after countless failures. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Tonks finally chose to give up, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket just because Tom's master consciousness is too strong, close black lens bracket. Relying on the existing means can't stimulate the subconscious mind at all, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and with the continuous excavation, close black lens bracket, Tonks also has a new understanding of Tom. Open black lens bracket at the same time, I don't dare to have the idea of stimulating the subconscious again, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because Tom's main consciousness is like a Pandora's box, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket once it is opened, no one knows what the consequences will be, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket since then, Tom has been living in the lunar space station as an ordinary house cat, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and the legend about Tom begins here, close black lens bracket, analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit, material character fusion in progress. Finally created Tom successfully, Al breathed a sigh of relief. Quickly opened the contact page and asked Tonks to bring Tom over. And while waiting, Al was not idle. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Create the character, cat and mouse world, 6 paths Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get +1 mysterious points, close black lens bracket. Creating the legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the people of the world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Advertisement, creating the character, cat and mouse world, Tonks, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket close black lens bracket habitually glanced at the information prompt for obtaining mysterious points. Al then opened the system store again. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points 2,564,780, close black lens bracket. Looking at the balance, XR, bought the ability extractor directly. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for obtaining ability extractor X1, close black lens bracket. Exit the system page, Tonks came to Al just through the portal of the mysterious realm. Without the slightest hesitation, Al immediately extracted all of Tom's abilities. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for successfully extracting all of Tom's abilities, close black lens bracket. Feel the change in yourself for a moment, Al then opened the portal and came over Marineford. Looking at 6 paths Tom, who was abusing all the heroes with one hand. Al coughed lightly, 6 paths, let the farce end. There are other things you need to deal with next. Wen Yan, 6 paths Tom stretched himself, beside Al who came out of nowhere. My lord, is there anything else you want me to do next? For 6 paths Tom's query, Al didn't have any idea of hiding it either. Said bluntly, the next thing I'm going to do is bring beach bots up from the bottom of the sea. And merge with that forest. While speaking, Al deliberately looked at the facial expressions of everyone present. His purpose of doing this, mainly because of the summit war. No more mystery points can be provided, even if you continue to fight, you will not get any benefits. And lift off to Beachy Bottom, and the main purpose of integrating Goshong Ling. And just to put the whole world in panic, create new legends by earning mystery points. After all, after purchasing the ability extractor, the balance is almost bottomed out, the fact is just as Al expected. People all over the world, because of Al's short 2 sentences. Completely eroded by fear, at the same time, Sanctuary Marijoy. Even with the full efforts of IM and several hidden powerhouses to block him. But under the terrifying attack of 10 planetary devastations. Almost half of Marijoy is in ruins, looking at the countless celestial dragons pressed into meatloaf. And the destroyed world government headquarters building. IM's anger can be said to have reached its peak, since such a queen. Never been treated like this before, looking up at Al in the picture. His cold eyes burst out with murderous intent, film. At all costs, destroy Bikini Bottom, and those bloody bastards. With Al and 6 paths Tom gone, everyone present overlooked the endless Marineford Island. Damn it. Sengoku clenched his fists, eyes full of rage. This war, Marine can be described as a heavy loss. The 200,000 elite sea soldiers fought until the last 10 out of 10. The entire Marine headquarters was razed to the ground. And the other pirates are not much better, small and medium pirates. It was already destroyed at the beginning of the war. And the 4 Emperor's pirates, except for some relatively powerful beings who were still alive. The other weaker pirates all died in this battlefield. Daddy, Marco came to Whitebeard's side after a moment of hesitation. Slowly opened the mouth and said, Ace, that guy. Before Marco finished speaking, Whitebeard seemed to have expected what Marco would say. He raised his hand and interrupted, go back to the sea. If that Ace guy isn't dead, he'll come back for us. The rest of the pirates and the prisoners have impelled down. And agree with Whitebeard at the moment too, this battle. No matter which side it is for, it will suffer heavy casualties. And at this moment the desire to fight has long been lost. Coupled with Al's previously disclosed information. The major forces are even more in the mood to continue the trouble. Once Bikini Bottom and that force merge, that is bound to start a massive war on the entire world. To this end, they have to make adequate preparations before this. Otherwise, when the armies of Beechburg and the forest invade, that's when they will all be wiped out, but just when everyone was about to evacuate. 5 elders suddenly stood up, advertisement said in a low tone. Stay, everyone, on behalf of the world government, I have something to say to you. Before the 5 elders had finished speaking, Whitebeard snorted coldly. Doesn't seem to care about the 5 elders, and the 5 elders aren't used to Whitebeard. Said bluntly. Presumably everyone, I have already seen the strength and power of those guys. No matter which side is singled out, it's not something that we alone can stop. See the 5 elders utter such words, Brandy World, who was originally disliked by the world government, snorted coldly. He sarcastically said, how could it be that your world government? You still want to unite us to resist those guys? Words fall, 5 elders hummed, and tell what happened to Marie-Joy. Wen Yan, everyone present couldn't help but tremble. Directly ruined most of Marie-Joy? Those guys are crazy. But what does that have to do with us? I am very aware of the little tricks of the world government. See Brandy World so oily and salty, 5 elders won't just spoil him like this. Directly angrily said, if you want to die then leave. Don't influence us here, as the conflict between 5 elders and the major forces present becomes more and more intense. When it looks like a fight is about to start, the Redhead walked through the crowd and said in a deep voice. It should be enough, you guys, this war has just ended, do you want to repeat the same mistakes? At this moment, 413 Sengoku also squeezed out from the crowd. With a very solemn tone, he echoed, I think you all feel the final result of this war. Although I don't want to cooperate with you guys. But do you have a better way now? Or, do you think you can stop the attack of those guys? Facing Sengoku's questioning, even proud Whitebeard. At this time, he was also speechless. See the atmosphere in the venue. Has achieved the desired effect, the Redhead didn't hesitate. Immediately open your mouth and announce that you are willing to join the coalition of the world government. After all, this is already a matter of life and death for the entire world. No one knows the monsters, what will happen after ruling the world. But, the only thing that can be confirmed is that. Now before them, there are only 2 paths to choose from. Resist and surrender. The former may die, but the latter must be worse than death. It seems that everyone present has been shaken. 5 elders took the opportunity to put everyone's concerns. And the guarantees, benefits, etc. of world government. Once said it, for example Whitebeard, what he is most upset about is Ace. The world government assured Whitebeard directly. As long as Ace is alive, world government will never capture Ace again. After all, Ace was not killed by world government and Marine. Whitebeard hesitated for a long time after hearing this. Finally, under the persuasion of everyone, I agreed to the invitation of world government. However, there are some branch house guys who are unwilling to agree. But the 5 elders can't be bothered to bother with that crap either. Soon, under the persuasion of 5 elders, Sengoku, Redhead, and others. Almost 90% of the top powerhouses present, they all chose to agree. Even a stubborn guy like Brandy World, finally, I chose to agree. And the first thing to do in forming a coalition. It is to discuss the adjustment and distribution of the overall combat power. While Marineford's field, they had a brief alliance. But that's just not attacking each other, this also leads to the fact that even if combined. That's the same as having no union, to this end. 5 elders specially redeployed the deployment of all personnel. According to ability, and its strength, a very detailed arrangement was made. And the crew of the Blackbeard pirates, inadvertently revealed Blackbeard's fruit ability. Immediately, he was watched by the strong people present. Blackbeard. I'm going back to Wanokuni now, catch that B****************** D Kurozumi Orochi. How sure are you that you can extract his devil fruit? 100%. With Blackbeard's answer, Kaido was unambiguous. As for the distribution of fruit power, everyone has a good goal. That is Garp, the marine hero. Chapter 84. Beechburg takes off and the world government coalition forces start to move, in the realm of mystery. Chapter 84. Beechburg takes off and the world government coalition forces start to move. In the realm of mystery, it seems to know that the world government will not let it go. So Al specially kept an eye out, going to see what those guys have in mind. After learning about the world government's plan, Al was so happy. Now he is worrying about having nowhere to earn mysterious points. Unite against? That's a good plan. Al stroked his chin. After thinking for a while, a good idea popped into my mind. Huang dear, King Gigi, you two go to Marineford. Take the strong man of Goshong Ridge, the strong of Beachy Bottom. The strong man in the world of cat and mouse, spread the news that you will fall into sleep with me. Huang Deer blinked, it seems a bit puzzled by Al's approach. But this is Al's order, he didn't ask too much, led King Gigi straight through the rift of time and space. Get ready to spread this fake news, and Al is starting to prepare to lift Beechburg into the sky. And something that merges with Goshong Ling, as for the lunar space station. There is Tonks portal, it doesn't matter if they blend together or not. After roughly explaining his thoughts to everyone. Tonks and everyone at Bikini Bottom, just let them know what to do with it. Grown-ups. Regarding the construction of the infrastructure for the surfacing of Bikini Bottom. Thinking about it from the very beginning of Beechburg. Crab Country stands out from the crowd, the tone is very pious and serious. Wen Yan, although Al was a little surprised, but don't ask too much. Just let Crab Country and the others implement this matter as soon as possible. And Goshong Ling, Al is handing it over to Tonks. After arranging everything, Al then opened the lottery page. Now that Tom has created, Tom's ability has also been obtained. The momentum in Al's heart has almost calmed down. In addition to the mysterious points you have now. Not enough for Al to continue buying items in the system store. So you can only target on the lottery machine, at the same time. On the battlefield of Marineford, about the world government and the Pirate Alliance. It has also entered the white hot stage, this in-place meeting. It's about everyone's survival, every detail, every layout. Everyone present must be very careful, Blackbeard, wait until after this incident has passed. Let's settle the matter between us, looking at Blackbeard standing beside the 5 elders. Whitebeard clenched his fists, can't wait to kill him on the spot. If it hadn't been for the strong men present to stop him. I'm afraid Blackbeard won't survive here for even half a second. Seems to have sensed the terrifying murderous intent emanating from Whitebeard. Blackbeard stepped back subconsciously, don't dare to look at him. I'm afraid that if I don't pay attention, I will be attacked by Whitebeard. 5 elders see, can't help but feel a little headache. Even though everyone has been persuaded to let go of the current grievances. But which of these guys is the fuel-efficient lamp? Blackbeard, how sure are you that you can extract the devil fruit? Facing the question raised by Kaido, Blackbeard hesitated for a few seconds. Not revealing the full capabilities of dark fruit. Just gave a very vague answer, but how could the 5 elders not know the specific ability of dark fruit? Kaido, do you want to replace the devil fruit? If you are willing to. World government can give you a better phantom beast species. Wen Yan, Kaido sneered, he couldn't believe that the world government would be so kind. Resolutely refused. Don't worry about the world government. I already have a candidate. Talking, Kaido immediately told Quinn to go back to Wano Kuni. Capture that Kurozumi Orochi guy, snake fruit phantasmal beast Yamada no Orochi form. Give Kurozumi Orochi that waste to eat, what a waste of money. Coupled with the current turmoil, over there at Wano Kuni. Kaido has lost his mind to continue working with Kurozumi Orochi. Wen Yan, 5 elders can't be bothered to talk to this guy Kaido. Since they are unwilling to accept the favor of the world government. Then you can only give those powerful devil fruits to your own people. And their first goal, of course, it is Garp who is known as the marine hero. Before the 5 elders can speak, Garp refused without hesitation. I don't want to become a landlubber who can't swim. Advertisement see Garp's attitude so determined, although the 5 elders were a little angry. But due to the present situation, I didn't care too much about Garp. But, the idea of getting Garp to eat devil fruit. 5 elders won't stop there either, after all, the current situation has caused great danger to the world government. Even Marijoy was mostly destroyed, plus the king of the world has given them a death order. No matter what the sacrifice, the group of monsters in Beechburg must also disappear from this world. Without any exaggeration, the world government has given a very serious attitude to this matter. It's not that Garp said he wouldn't eat it if he didn't eat it. While other forces, 5 elders have also given corresponding powers and benefits one after another. The bat fruit, phantasmal beast, and vampire form that the Red Earl wants. World government is also doing its best to help find it. The giant fort that Brindi World wants, world government also spent huge sums of money to help build it. And the 5 elders, upon learning of the City of Gold. When it was the property of Don Quixote Doflamingo. 5 elders are also unceremoniously requisitioned. To put it bluntly, it is to forcibly send troops. Take out all the assets in the Golden City, to maintain the weapon research and development of the Vegapunk Research Institute. Doflamingo is also very angry about this, but there is nothing to do. He. Unexpectedly, Laozi is still alive. Above a boulder in the sea at Marineford, Gecko Moria, standing next to one of his minions, laughed loudly. Kaido. You be asterisk D, sooner or later, Laozi will one day. Without waiting for Gecko Moria to finish speaking. Mirror Knight under the command of the 5 elders. Pull Gecko Moria like a chick, gazing into a pair of disabled eyes. Gecko Moria's brain suddenly shut down, the whole person is numb in place. My head is full of strange question marks, what's happening here? What happened to Marineford? Is the war over? Why are these guys looking at me? Just when Gecko Moria was wondering. Saint Figaland was commanded by the 5 elders, called Gecko Moria away alone and chatted alone. The people didn't even ask about it, it has nothing to do with them anyway. Came to a deserted place, San Figaland first described the current situation. Roughly recounted by Gecko Moria, then he said, that's how it happened. The world government requires you to use your fruit ability. Dig out all the corpses of those monsters. As for the shadow problem, you don't have to worry about it. Those who don't want to join the coalition, it's all your nourishment. Wen Yan. Gecko Moria couldn't help but froze, although I don't want to obey the orders of the world government. But right now there's no other way, as for the mighty corpse. The world government has also sent people to dig. But this kind of thing is not glorious, the world government also intends to hide it from everyone. So as not to provoke public outrage, after arranging the affairs of Gecko Moria, 5 elders breathed a sigh of relief, because they were going to dig. But the corpse of the One Piece Roger, and the most vicious of pirates, Rocks. While everyone was still busy discussing, after 5 elders got through a phone call. Suddenly his face froze, he said in a low voice. According to the latest news that came in, the Beechburg guys seem to be on the move. With the voice falling, everyone present couldn't help frowning. Are those guys so fast? Redhead sullen, although they have now reached an alliance here. But the grievances between each other have not eliminated the gap. If those Beechburg guys go on the offensive now, I'm afraid everything will go back to the beginning. And, this time Bikini Bottom is obviously planning to launch an all-out war. At that time, it may not be as childish as it is now. Everyone is well aware of the seriousness of this crisis. While everyone was thinking, 5 elders spoke again. Relax, according to the news that just came. We sent the guy, I have obtained the banned medicine from Mermaid Island. It has now been sent to the Vegapunk Institute for an upgrade. Just wait until the drug is developed, at that time. Everyone's combat power will be upgraded to a new level. With the voice of the 5 elders falling, everyone present couldn't help but froze. For the banned ES of the Fishmen Island, they are no strangers. Just 1 grain can gain the terrifying power to break through the upper limit of oneself. And the effect seems to be superimposed, advertisement. Only, this medicine also has a very obvious side effect. That is what makes the body age quickly, and that's why it's called a banned drug. If it weren't for the last few words of 5 elders, I'm afraid everyone present will scold their mothers. Golden Lion hesitated for a few seconds, opened a mouth and said, in recent years, I've been working on a plant called IQ. This plant contains components of biological intelligence. If you can master it, you can create a group of powerful animal legions. Wen Yan, 5 elders has a different take. If this drug acts on the human body, or on the body of Seraphim, will there be surprises? But 5 elders did not say this kind of thing, it's going to be done in secret. If it can be produced, regardless of the side effects, they will also take it out without hesitation, while everyone was still discussing matters. The beach fort deep in the bottom of the sea suddenly shook the distance. And somewhere on an unknown island in the New World, rising slowly under the control of Tonks and Tom of 6 paths. When these news reached the ears of the 5 elders. It's already 3 days later, at this time, the World Government Coalition forces also evacuated Marineford, and moved the location of the base camp to the Marine G1 branch. As the beachy bot rises to the surface, and the news of the fusion with Go Shang Ling came. The World Coalition led by 5 elders and other major forces. Can't help frowning, Sengoku. Let me introduce you to the guy we are about to face. With the voice of the 5 elders ringing, Sengoku stood up slowly. Briefly described the details of the next enemy army. Immediately afterwards, Sengoku took a deep breath. He opened his mouth again and said, you must have heard about it 2 days ago. The Lord of the Bikini Bottom legend, and the mighty presence we met on the Marineford battlefield. It's fallen into a deep sleep now, although we are temporarily unable to verify the authenticity of this news. But it's for us, this is indeed very good news for us. Sengoku announced several bounties, Seafood Shichibukai Yellow Doll. A bounty of 3,078,000,000 Baileys is offered, Seafood Shichibukai Defrango. A bounty of 3,078,000,000 Baileys is offered, Seafood Admiral Red Star. A bounty of 3.954 billion Baileys is offered, Seafood Admiral Aokiji. A bounty of 3.954 billion Baileys is offered, Seafood Admiral Huang Mian. A bounty of 3.954 billion Baileys is offered, Seafood Hero Shrimp. Bounty 4.878 billion Baileys, Seafood Marshal, Crab Country. The bounty is 4.934 billion Baileys, Seafood 4 Emperor's Ruffian Beard. A bounty of 5.2 billion 840, Qian Li's, 00000, Figure Gundam Cybertron. Bounty 4.124 billion Baileys, Seafood 4 Emperor's Tonks. Bounty 4.921 billion Baileys. Looking at the reward order pasted on the wall, Sengoku continued. If our news is correct, Beechburg currently only has these top-level combat forces. With the voice falling, Garp scowled angrily. You are because of these guys. Sneaky put devil fruit in my meal. Talk off. Sengoku couldn't help twitching the corner of his mouth. His gaze subconsciously rests on 5 elders, before 5 elders could explain. Kaido on the side snorted coldly. That's the snake fruit, phantom beast species, Yamada no Orochi form. If it wasn't for the world government's willingness to exchange 2 phantom beasts with Laozi, I don't want this kind of fruit to be eaten by UB ********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** Whole material Kaido. These few words completely ignited the anger in Garp's heart. If it weren't for the presence of the 5 elders, I'm afraid they haven't started a war with Bikini Bottom yet. A big battle will break out between Kaido and Garp. But Garp doesn't care about the 5 elders. Slam the door straight away. 5 elders also know Garp's temper, so send Sengoku and Zephyr to persuade Garp. When the farce is over, the crowd once again turned their attention on those monsters garrisoning Beechburg, since the accuracy of that news is unclear. If those guys are really asleep, then this must be our best offensive period ever. So I propose, by Whitebeard, Redhead, Figaland's Saint Trio. Check the authenticity of the news first. Plus, the development of the murderous drug has come to an end. If the news is true, then we won't hesitate to conquer Bikini Bottom. Chapter 85. The Allied forces of the world gather in Beechburg, and the Great War is about to break out. Chapter 85. The Allied forces of the world gather in Beechburg, and the Great War is about to break out. If the news is true, then we won't hesitate to conquer Bikini Bottom. As the voice of Shepherd 10 Peter Street fell, everyone present couldn't help frowning. Apparently the words of Shepherd X Peter Street feel very upset. Especially Whitebeard. He is known as the legendary Big Pirate. In the end, he was asked to be a scout. What about trouble? Not only was Whitebeard unhappy, even the commander of the Knights of God. He also stood up and retorted, "Hey, are you kidding me? You let me do this kind of life-threatening thing?" Facing the rebuttals of Whitebeard and Figaland Saint, Shepherd 10 Peter Saint is livid, cold voice. If you don't want to, then launch a full-scale attack directly. Know that we have no chance of trial and error. If you scare the snake with grass, what are the consequences? I think you should know better than me. Say it. Shepherd 10 Peter Street spoke no more, and this question. Then throw it to everyone present, faced with the question thrown by Shepherd X Peter Street. No one present can take it. No one dared to pick it up. After all, this is a terrible thing. If the news is true, they may be able to win by gathering an army to suppress the border. But now it is impossible to know whether the news is true or not. If you enter rashly, but a conspiracy, then the entire world government coalition forces will suffer heavy losses, thus losing the strength to fight against Beechburg. A long time, seems like no one is responding. Shepherd 10 Peter Street spoke again. Let Garp do the scouting, just for that guy to get used to Devil Fruit's abilities in advance. See, Shepherd X Peter Saint said so, except that the pirates are slightly dissatisfied. The other forces also stopped talking, at this time. The phone bug next to 5 elders suddenly rang. Blue, blue. Blue, blue. Line connected. All I could hear was a slightly excited shout. Report to Lord 5 elders. We have found the bat fruit, phantom beast, and vampire form. Words fall. The Red Earl in the crowd stood up unexpectedly. At first he only thought it was a pie drawn by the world government. I never believed it. 310. But now after hearing the news, it would be a lie to say I wasn't excited. Wen Yan. The view of the people present at the world government has also undergone a subtle change. It seems that I still underestimated. The world government is afraid of those guys. After getting the bat fruit, phantom beast, vampire form, 5 elders started to integrate their own personnel again. The first is to start with Naval Headquarters, Marine Marshal Buddha's Sengoku. Marine Hero Garp the Fist, Chief of the Marine General Staff, Crane. Marine Academy Chief Instructor Black Arm Zephyr. Chief of the Marine Crime Bureau Hyphenation Point Dark Horse, Marine 3 Admiral, Kazaru, Aokiji, Akainu. Marine Candidate Admiral Marine No. 1 Swordsman Momosagi. Marine Candidate Admiral T-Fish, and the Commander-in-Chief Kong Hyphenation Point Kong. And Garp, the hero of Marine, after obtaining the form of Snake Fruit, Phantom Beast, Yamada no Orochi. Flesh has been enhanced with Devil Fruit. In terms of strength, it is far beyond the past. Marine 3 Admiral on the battlefield of Marineford. Also mastered the power of Fruit Awakening, if we add the poison. Marine's overall power can rise to a whole new level. On the other hand, the Whitebeard pirates, with the pouring of various resources from the world government. The dark wound on Whitebeard's body has healed by 40%. Besides, the world government also provided pure gold for Whitebeard to recuperate his body. It is expected that before the outbreak of the next war, get Whitebeard back to 80% of his prime, and the Whitebeard pirates. During these 3 days, a pirate force of almost 30,000 people has been reunited. And it's still expanding, as the Red Hair pirates with the fewest casualties on the Marineford battlefield. In the past 3 days, the injury has been healed. It's Captain Red-Haired, even at the request of 5 elders. I ate a very powerful phantom beast, to be honest. Redheads are really reluctant to eat devil fruit. If it wasn't for Blackbeard to extract it afterwards. I'm afraid the war hasn't started yet, because of the unreasonable request of the world government, the Redheads will. And out of the league, after seeing the Redhead eating devil fruit. The cadres of Red Hair pirates also suppressed the dissatisfaction in their hearts. Advertisement eat devil fruit one after another, certainly. The phantom beast species in the world government inventory. Naturally, it is not enough to support a whole Red Hair pirates. However, the fruits for the cadres of the Red Hair pirates. Not too bad either, even for the last time, it's all Logia's devil fruit. And the slightly stronger cadres, what you eat is ancient species. As for the Golden Lion, with the help of the Vegapunk Institute, successfully bred a group of powerful monsters, although the wound on Golden Lion's head cannot be healed. But Vegapunk also thought of a brilliant way for it. That is to triple the efficacy of the evil medicine. In this case, Golden Lion only needs to take 3 poisonous pills. Even if the wound on the top of the head cannot be eradicated, it can also exert 80% of its strength at its peak. As for side effects, even if the Golden Lion asks, world government is also adamant that there are no side effects. The only side effect is that after using the killer drug, will become very weak, to be honest, regarding the rhetoric of the world government. Golden Lion does not believe it from the bottom of my heart. So Golden Lion didn't take this potion seriously. Maybe only when life is in crisis, he will take that so-called murderous drug. The BIGMOM pirates received assistance from the world government. It is the least, because Auntie decided to bring Charlotte Brie with her this time. Once there is a life crisis, then enter the mirror world directly. Never those guys, can you still go to the mirror world to catch them out? In fact, the BIGMOM pirates, from the bottom of my heart, I do not intend to join this war. Because BIGMOM's anorexia is about to explode, if anorexia breaks out on the battlefield. The consequences are quite terrifying, but BIGMOM didn't take this matter to heart. It is also a headache for everyone in the BIGMOM pirates. And Kaido of the Beasts, who paid the most for the preparations before the station. Also just let the world government help him build a mace with the same quality as the supreme sword. After all, he doesn't want to use too much force when fighting. And it caused the weapon to break apart, but Kaido also knows the danger of this war. So let the world government make him a potion that contains 5 times as much. And the Blackbeard pirates, it is the same as in the original work. But what Giz's badgers took, not Paramecia's power fruit, but an ancient species, what Shiryu eats, not the transparent fruit of Paramecia either, but a powerful phantom beast. As for Ivaro Pizarro, San Juan Wolf, Catherine Diemi, etc. There is no difference from the original. As for those forces from Impel Down, prisoners who do not want to join the war, they were all captured by strong men sent by the world government. But the world government didn't put them in Impel Down. Instead let Gecko Moria take their shadows out, pressed on those strong men dug out by the world government. And the remains of Roger and Rox, world government also spent a lot of effort digging it out. It's just that these things can't be said on the bright side. And of course there is more than one movement in the dark. For example, IQ is mixed in the murderous medicine. World government did not say it on the surface, and the new type of poison mixed with IQ ingredients. Except the side effects are doubled, medicine or something. It has also been magnified dozens of times, besides. Vegapunk also applies IQ to Seraphim, and got no small, a GBH, achievement. Rayleigh, why don't you eat devil fruit? Facing the questioning of the 5 elders. Rayleigh still responded firmly, the strong don't need devil fruit. However, just after Rayleigh said this, the huge conference room suddenly burst into bursts of laughter. Rayleigh, don't forget how you escaped for your life in that battlefield. That's right, if you want to defeat those monsters with physical skills alone. Then I can only say don't dream, in the face of everyone's laughter and advice. Rayleigh is still reluctant to eat devil fruit, until the red-haired horse. After a series of persuasion, Rayleigh agreed to eat a powerful phantom beast. It seems that considering the person who has just eaten the fruit cannot use devil fruit's awakening ability, world government also specially asked Vegapunk to develop a potion that quickly awakens devil fruit. As for the side effects, then forget about it, this battle they can only win. Never lose. To this end, no matter how despicable and shameless the means, world government doesn't matter anymore. Advertisement. After taking stock of their combat power, the highest power in the world government 5 elders. Make a summary of this too, Marine, except that in addition to some top combat forces, there are 53 more powerful Marine Vice Admirals, and more than 90,000 elite sailors, and the Whitebeard pirates. Except for Whitebeard and the team captains, it also has a pirate force of more than 30,000. Redhair pirates, except for the Captain Redhair and Cadres. There is still a pirate army of more than 20,000 people. BIGMOM pirates, in addition to the captain's mother and her children. It also has a pirate force of 120,000 people, flying pirates. Except for Captain Golden Lion, at the same time, it has a pirate force of more than 15,000 people. And a monster army composed of 100 beasts pirates. Because of Wanakuna's team, in addition to Kaido of the Beasts, as well as the 3 disasters and the Volley's 6 sons. It also has a pirate force of nearly 30,000 people. And the Blackbeard pirates, no one but those crew and Blackbeard. Prisoners of Impel Down, not much, except the Red Earl. Bullet, Burndy World, a few people are relatively well known. The rest are a group of powerful passers-by. In addition, there are several strong men who do not belong to any force, such as Yishao, Green Bull, Rayleigh, etc. The combined strength of these forces, not weaker than a 4 Emperors pirate group, and as the biggest force in this war. World government perfectly interprets to the whole world. What is the foundation of 800 years, in addition to tens of thousands of CP Cypher Pool members? All members of the Knights of God, there is also a powerful force responsible for eradicating the darkness. Shadow Knights. Besides, plus the 5 elders known as the Valkyrie. World government also wishes to all United Nations. An army of millions was forced to be conscripted. Its purpose is to completely flatten Beechburg at this time. Report 5 elders. Good news. That guy Vegapunk has already developed the killer drug. Talking, the subordinate showed a blue pill in front of everyone's eyes. And explained to everyone, not only did the pill have no serious side effects. On the contrary, it can stimulate the potential of the body dozens of times. It's just how much potential can be stimulated at least. It depends on your own physical fitness and strength. With the words falling, the faces of the people present suddenly became darker. Is the world government taking us for fools? Increase strength by dozens of times without any side effects? Isn't this a joke? But they didn't put these words on the surface. He just handed over the murderous medicine to his subordinates for safekeeping with a blank face. The 5 elders are not upset when they see this. Anyway, this medicine is for them, sooner or later it will come in handy. With the meeting over, when everyone was about to leave, the phone bug is ringing again with Blue's voice. Next second, the hasty shout sounded suddenly, report Lord 5 elders. According to the news that just came from the front, our earliest troops have successfully entered Beechburg. Transferring frontline troops, crack. With the sound of the phone being transferred to the frontline troops. Next second, a low and hoarse voice suddenly sounded. Report, Lord 5 elders, we are. Without waiting for him to report the current situation. Just heard a loud cry, the frontline troops who originally reported the situation to the pirates. Suddenly, as if seeing some kind of great terror. He lowered his voice and lost his voice, according to. What is that? Report 5 elders, we found the monsters at Beechburg. Carrying frozen corpses, entered a weird crack. And frozen corpses, it seems to be the group of guys who appeared on the Marineford battlefield. The bald monster, the blue-haired monster with broken eyes, and that mysterious man in black robe. With the voice falling to the ground, the entire meeting room suddenly fell into dead silence. Immediately afterwards, one after another the terrifying chilling aura. Rising like a tidal wave, just for a moment, the entire conference room. It has become a battlefield full of chilling atmosphere. Call the troops. Quick to Beechburg. This is our chance to do well. Be sure to wipe out Bikini Bottom. Chapter 86 Creation, My Gia, Tom vs. God's Knights. Chapter 86 Creation, My Gia, Tom vs. God's Knights. In the realm of mystery, the mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Bikini Castle has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and you will get tilde mysterious points +1. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, 6 paths Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point -1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Bikibao, Crab Country, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tonks, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. One eye roughly glanced at the slightly embarrassing mysterious point acquisition pop-up window. Al couldn't help feeling a little worried, from Beechburg lifted from the bottom of the sea. And after being integrated with Goshong Ling, also on that day. Mystery points have been greatly increased, and in the next 2 days. The mystery points obtained add up in total, it's only in the early 200,000s. What can 200,000 lucky points do? Only available when super specials are refreshed. Or take it to the lottery, super specials are randomly refreshed. It's all about probability, and the lottery draw is particular about. It is also a probability science, if it weren't for the fact that the explosion rate of this broken system is too low. Al has long put these mysterious points, all up for the raffle. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points, 654,652, close black lens bracket meowing at the current balance. Al didn't even think about it, directly collect all the mysterious points in one brain. It's all in the lottery machine, as the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. As long as all the mysterious points are spent, I won't think about it every day. How little is left to buy new props? Open black lens bracket congratulations to the host, thank you for your patronage, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket congratulations to the host, thank you for your patronage, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for getting. Close black lens bracket, congratulations to host for getting material character X1. Congratulations to host for getting material character X1. Open black lens bracket congratulations to the host, thank you for your patronage, close black lens bracket. The 600,000 mysterious points were thrown down. Looking at the 2 material characters in my hand, Al suddenly felt his scalp go numb, but there are character materials. It means that new character legends can be created. It also means being able to re-earn mystery points. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for getting the material character of the Cat and Mouse World, Jerry Mouse, close black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the character of Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob SquarePants. Looking at the character material of SpongeBob SquarePants, Al hid it straight into cold storage. He doesn't want to create any more Beechburg characters. This is far more difficult than creating a new character. After throwing away SpongeBob SquarePants, Al immediately chose to start creating the legend of Jerry Mouse. With previous experience creating Tom, Al wanted to create an original Jerry. It can be said to be a familiar road, as he expected. I just modified it after a while, the cold mechanical sound of the system. Just stop Al's thoughts. Tisk. It looks like Tom's genes can't make Jerry yet. Could it be the same as before? Think of this. Al can't help feeling his head is getting bigger. To know, just create a Tom. Al costs several characters. If you have to do it again, tisk, sorry for disturbance. Just when Al was about to exit the system page, suddenly an idea popped into my mind. If using the 6 paths Tom and Tonks template, pull Jerry's initial form directly to the apex. In this case, it seems that only a second creation is needed. You can get Jerry who surpasses biological limits. Got an idea? Al immediately opened the creation page again. Material role. Jerry Mouse. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. After Tonks created 6 paths Tom, I plan to seal up the cloning technology at this point, and never open it again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tom of 6 paths goes to Goshong Ridge to fight every day. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket don't talk to Tonks at all. Close black lens bracket, even running out for several months without bringing them back. Open black lens bracket can't help but feel a little angry Tonks. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket dang even plans to clone another existence that can control Tom of 6 paths. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket this time the clone. Tonks is extremely cautious. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket for fear of any accident. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket thus, an existence that is more troublesome than 6 paths Tom is born. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket fortunately, the whole cloning process went smoothly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket unfortunately, 6 paths Tom suddenly came back when the clone was about to be completed. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement open black lens bracket Tonks, who was in high tension, didn't notice Tom's breath from 6 paths. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket when he reacted, Tom of 6 paths had appeared behind him. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks startled by 6 paths Tom. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket accidentally knocked over the device. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the explosion of sound. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket a strange creature was born. Close black lens bracket. After the explosion subsides, open black lens bracket Tonks entered the laboratory with anxiety. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket looking at the little guy who was born in an accident. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket for some reason, Tonks has the urge to catch him. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but under strong restraint. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Tonks put the little guy in the constant temperature chamber. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, just as Tonks put the little guy into the constant temperature chamber. Close black lens bracket. I heard bursts of crackling sounds in the constant temperature warehouse. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket looking at the little guy who was punching in the constant temperature cabin. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks was stupefied for a moment. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket but when he rubbed his eyes and looked again, the little guy changed back to his original form. Close black lens bracket. Tonks, who mistakenly thought he was blind, showed a loving smile like an old father. Open black lens bracket and gave the little guy a name. My Gia. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket because I was bullied by 6 paths Tom since I was a child. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket my Gia in order to strengthen himself. Close black lens bracket, he pestered Tonks every day to teach him how to defeat 6 paths Tom. Open black lens bracket impatient Tonks. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket throw a book to my Gia, and tell him to keep practicing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you can definitely beat 6 paths Tom. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket my J who believes in this. Close black lens bracket. Do high intensity training day after day according to the content recorded in the book. Open black lens bracket my Gia is also under the influence of that book while becoming stronger. Close black lens bracket. Less thinking has also undergone earth-shaking changes. My Gia, who keeps the contents of the book in his heart, is his favorite thing to do. Just raise your right hand and thumbs up to show pause. Open black lens bracket it's just that it's because I haven't seen him for a long time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket as a result, my Gia is often ignored in the space station. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket during a training session, my Gia accidentally came to Goshong Ling through the portal. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in Goshong Ling, my Gia saw 6 paths Tom in battle. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and 6 paths Tom was surprised when he found my J. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket subconsciously think that my Gia is here to find fault. close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. To this end, Six Paths Tom and my Jia launched a shocking battle in Gushangling, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even the Six Paths Tom with the Six Paths form turned on, close black lens bracket. Almost died on my Jia's strongest kick after opening 8 gate. Open black lens bracket. Since that war, the legend of my Jia has been exhibited in Gushangling, close black lens bracket. However, it has only been launched for 2 days, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. My Jina's surprising features, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Soon everyone in Gushangling forgot his existence, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ever since, the legend of my Jia has become history, close black lens bracket. Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has a material role to use. As the system's cold reminder sounded in my mind, Al couldn't help being stunned for a few seconds. A little surprised to open the contact page, when seeing the head portrait of my J. The corner of Al's mouth twitched. Honestly, if not prompted by the system, Al may have forgotten the existence of my J. Tisk. This is outrageous, but it's pretty good. If those people forget about the existence of my J, is it possible to collect mysterious points without traps? Think of this. Al's eyes lit up immediately. Got an idea. Al immediately exited the system. I plan to throw my J to the World Government Coalition Forces to try. Regarding the World Government Coalition Forces, Al's been watching. After all, those guys are tools for earning mysterious points. If my Jia beats the World Government Coalition Forces again, bring it back sooner or later, until those guys completely remembered my Jia. The mysterious points are almost cleared, just when Al was about to let my J go. Huang Mian and others carried coffin-like blocks of ice. Go through the rift in time and space to come to Al. And because of this interruption, as a result, Al forgot the existence of my J for a while. Report, your lord. What you asked us to do we've done. The so-called World Government Coalition Forces. I was so happy when I got the news, following Huang Mian's words. The corner of Al's mouth can't help but rise. Have the guys finally taken the bait? I've been waiting for a long time. Huang Mian was stunned for a moment, then asked. Then my lord, what are we going to do next? 0. Seeking flowers. Facing Huang Mian's questioning, Al did not respond immediately. But thinking about a very important thing, but he just can't remember what happened. After thinking for a while to no avail, Al simply put all these worries behind him. Immediately afterwards, he opened his mouth and responded. Arrange according to the previous deployment. Let Tom deal with those guys for now. Advertisement, after Tom let himself go, call him back again. Otherwise, God knows what the hell the kid can make. At the same time, on an island not far from Beechburg. The originally inconspicuous island, in the 2 days since the arrival of the World Government Alliance, instantly became the attention of the whole world. Just because this is the temporary base of the World Government Coalition Forces. Report to Lord 5 Elders, according to the investigation of the frontline soldiers. For the time being, no traces of any creatures have been found outside Bikini Castle. The monsters seem to have really left Bikini Bottom. Listening to the reports of his subordinates, 5 Elders frowned. On an island much larger than Marineford, how is it possible that there is not even a trace of a creature in the periphery? Is it because it is not deep enough? Looking at the image screen from the camera phone bug. 5 Elders' frown deepened. Seeing this, the red-haired and other strong men. They also gathered around. Still haven't found any traces of those monsters. 0. I don't know, since discovering the traces of the group of monsters in Beechburg 2 days ago. Until now, no useful clues have been found. Listen to the 5 Elders' serious response. Bullet snorted coldly, with a very arrogant attitude, he said. I'm afraid those guys know we're coming to take down Beechburg. So none of them can hide, after all they're king. And all the top powerhouses have fallen into a deep sleep. It seems that Bullet's words make sense, Whitebeard sneered disdainfully. Since there's only a few guys in Beechburg, then what are we waiting for? Wait for those guys to attack us first? Words fall? Everyone present looked at each other, an idea quickly came to mind. However, just when they were about to send troops to directly surround Beechburg, the soldiers in charge of the investigation suddenly seemed to have discovered something. Suddenly screamed. Quick, run, it's the Blue Cat. While the sound of panic fell to the ground, the picture on the curtain also trembled violently. And the mood of the people at this time, it's also like a roller coaster with ups and downs. Until the screen stops shaking, everyone has not recovered from their panic. Immediately afterwards, accompanied by the violent shaking of the screen again. And everyone knows, what kind of monster scared the soldiers to the ground. Looking at the giant cat face that appeared in the picture. Everyone recognized it at a glance. That's the blue-haired stinky cat that appeared on the Marineford battlefield. Only, the one that appears on the screen, it seems to be similar to the two that appeared on the Marineford battlefield. Something different. Long. Seeing that only the cat with blue hair appeared in the picture. Everyone's mood has eased a little bit, 5 Elders. There seems to be only one enemy. Should we launch a general attack and take down Bikini Bottom in one fell swoop? Facing Sengoku's inquiry, 5 Elders looked at each other. No nonsense, immediately said. All ready. launch a general attack on Bikini Bottom. In this battle, we can only win, with the voice of the 5 elders falling. A strong killing intent flashed in the corner of St. Figolan's eyes. Damn guy. This time, I must cut off your tail. Let you feel the pain too, while the voice sounded. St. Figolan spans thousands of meters like lightning. Go straight to the dense forest and charge away. The rest of the strong saw this. They also took up their weapons, head straight to Bikini Bottom on an icy road frozen in Aokiji. At the same time, looking at the phone bug that is about to burp in his hand. Tom couldn't help showing an anxious look, however. Before he finds a way to save the phone bug, a murderous voice resounded in midair. Tonks. This time without the protection of that robot. I'll see where you can go. Chapter 87 Tom. When I invoke the law of immortality, how should you respond? Chapter 87 Tom. When I invoke the law of immortality, how should you respond? Tonks. No protection from that robot this time. I'll see where you can go. The moment the ice-cold growl sounded. Simple-minded Tom thought it was the owner of the phone bug who came to save it. Immediately beamed with joy, a dodge came to the location of Figolan's holy landing. While pointing at the phone bug, I don't know what I'm gesturing about. Seeing St. Figoland, while doubts arose in my heart. The sharp sword in his hand flashed a dazzling cold light. There is no doubt that if this blow hits Tom's body, definitely run through the body, but the next second. Just when the sharp blade was about to penetrate from the top of Tom's head, Tom suddenly seemed to have noticed something, subconsciously turned around. And put your palms on your eyelids and look into the distance. The gap between scanning back and forth, St. Figolan's face froze. Quickly adjust your body shape in midair, going to give Tom a fatal blow in the back. But after Tom glanced back and forth, seems to have found something. A flash disappeared in place. When it reappears, it is already in the cabin not far away, with the sound of the microwave, ding. Looking at the steaming turkey, Tom put on his napkin quickly. Knife and fork in hand and ready to eat. Boom, accompanied by a roar of earth-shaking sounds outside the wooden house. Tom shook his head, suddenly remembered something. Looking at the fainting phone bug in front of me and a steaming turkey, Tom went back and forth between the two. In the end, it was decided to return the phone bug to the owner first. Come back later to enjoy your hard-earned food. Got an idea? Tom's double, 840, ran out of the cabin with the phone bug in his hands. Looking at the human-shaped pit on the ground, Tom froze for a moment. Then picked up a stick from the side, poked in the back of Figoland Saint's head. As if asking, "Are you dead?" See Figoland San no response. Tom couldn't help showing a sad expression, wiping the 2 tears from the corners of my mouth. Tom casually took out a shovel, a bunch of white chrysanthemums and a tombstone from behind. While bowing deeply towards the human-shaped crater, Tom made a gorgeous turn, instantly put on a majestic black suit, and put the white chrysanthemum lightly on the body of St. Figoland. Immediately afterwards, fill the pit, set up the tombstone, give a speech, bow again. A whole set of movements flowing freely, without a single pause. At this time, 5 elders and other powerful players have arrived. Looking at the tombstone in front of me, and Tom, who was clasping his hands together and muttering something in his mouth. Everyone present couldn't help but froze, an ominous premonition suddenly came to my heart. St. Figoland died like this. It took less than 10 seconds from hearing the roar to now. A top powerhouse just died like this, in an instant. Everyone present couldn't help but gasped, 5 elders even reminded with a serious expression. That guy should be a new superpower, be careful. Hear the words, all the powerhouses present hummed lightly. Immediately make a present appearance of the great enemy. Always beware of the seemingly ordinary in front of you. The real but hidden blue fur cat, and after seeing so many people coming, Tom. Subconsciously because those people were there for the funeral. Only. Looking at the clothes worn by the group of people in front of them. Tom shook his head, immediately revealed a serious expression. As if to say, this is a funeral, why don't you wear black clothes? This is so disrespectful to the dead. Seeing Tom's expression change from sad to angry. Everyone couldn't help but tense their hearts, before knowing the enemy's ability. No one dares to act rashly. San Figoland is the perfect example. They don't want to be the next guy in the grave. It seems that seeing that everyone has no intention of changing clothes. Tom couldn't help frowning, that expression seemed to say. What a bunch of impolite fellows, without the slightest hesitation. Tom immediately took out one black suit after another from the back. Looking at Tom, whose arms are swinging out phantoms. Together with 5 elders, all the powerhouses present are at a loss. What is that guy doing, preparing clothes for us to wear after death? That guy is simply too arrogant. Boss, why don't I try that guy's strength first? Advertisement, no. Let's wait and see for now, you know, this is Beechburg's lair. How strong was the previous Tonks and 6 pads Tom? It's not like we haven't seen it before, as the red-haired voice fell. All the powerhouses present also nodded in deep agreement. But in the next moment, seeing that the clothes are almost ready, Tom wiped the sweat from his brow, clapped hands on hips. It seems that I really appreciate the hills I have worked so hard to accumulate. Next, Tom fixed his eyes on a large group of people in the distance. Pursed his lips, shook his head lightly, as if to say, what are you still doing? Why don't you hurry up and change your clothes for the funeral? Could it be that I have to come and change it for you? Seeing that 5 elders and other powerful people are still unmoved, Tom was furious. The angry look seemed to say, what a bunch of disobedient bad kids. Shaking my head slightly, next moment, Tom picked up the pile of black suits piled up like a hill. Disappeared in place like lightning, when it reappears. Already wiping the sweat from his brow in front of the tombstone of St. Figaland. The people who reacted looked at the black suits they were wearing. Already tense, immediately there was a stormy sea. That rascal. When? A group of experts including 5 elders couldn't help being surprised. There is even a trace of cold sweat on the forehead. The way he looks at Tom has also changed subtly, unknowingly. In front of dozens of top experts, change their clothes? And no one has noticed the reaction yet. What ability does that guy have? This is simply unbelievable. Damn it, I can't help it. Whitebeard roared angrily. Kong Yunki in his hand seemed to feel Whitebeard's anger. The blade shakes violently, let out bursts of heart-throbbing knives. Next moment, just as Whitebeard was about to leave, the tombstone that Tom was leaning on began to shake violently. Looking at the scene in front of me, Tom's hair exploded like an electric shock. All I heard was a frightened meow. Tom ran like lightning behind the distant boulder. Put your hands in front of your mouth, trembling, with a loud explosion. Saint Figaland emerged from the grave with a white chrysanthemum in his hand. Where's that bloody stinky cat? How dare you bury Laozi in the ground? Laozi must chop him up. When Yan, Tom was shaking even more. In a hurry, he took out a bunch of messy items from behind. Garlic, a cross, a mahogany sword, a magic mirror, a Bible, and a bunch of yellow symbols. After removing these items, Tom surrounded himself with these strange things again. Then put your hands together, the small mouth kept babbling. It looks like a way to open an altar. To be stupefied is to show a group of strong people in a daze for a while. What is that guy doing? Could it be some kind of ceremony? I don't know, but the good news is that Figaland Saint is not dead. Hey, Saint Figaland, what happened just now? Why were you buried by that guy? In the face of people's doubts and inquiries, Saint Figaland, who was so angry, has no mood to talk to them. The moment I found Tom, when you shake the white chrysanthemum in your hand. Raise the long sword and break out of the ground. Like an unrivaled demon god, go straight to Tom and charge. In an instant, the wind and clouds are surging and the evil wind continues. The terrifying coercion bursting out of physical energy split the air even more. In a series of explosions, the panic-stricken Tom suddenly seemed to wake up. Quickly dug a rectangular hole in the ground just enough to accommodate himself. And erect a tombstone in front of the rectangular pothole. Immediately afterwards, Tom unhurriedly took out a white cloth from behind. Blindfold and light a cigarette. Who tilde, looking at the indifferent Tom in front of him. Together with 5 elders, all the powerful people present couldn't help being stunned. I don't understand what the blue-haired cat in front of me is doing. What the hell is that guy doing? I don't know, I don't understand either. I don't know, seems to be planning to die? Could it be that guy plans to bury St. Figaland again? In doubt, St. Figaland frowned slightly. It seems that he doesn't understand what the blue-haired cat in front of him wants to do. But, whatever trick you be ********* D is up to, I must kill you, accompanied by the voice of St. Figaland. Tom couldn't help shivering. Suddenly, he doesn't seem to want to die like this. Advertisement. When this thought comes to mind, Tom didn't even think about it. Pulling off the white cloth from the corners of the eyes. Let go and run away. Lightning flint room, because of Tom's sudden dodge. Leading to Figaland Street, which is in high-speed action. There is no time to adjust the body shape, just heard a loud bang. San Figaland unbiased, just fell into Mr. Tom in the deep rectangular pit dug before. With the roar, Tom, who walked around the cabin, just happened to run back to the origin again. Timely, breaking, behavior, the soil under Tom's feet splashed like water. When Tom stopped, the top of the original deep pit has been buried by soil. Looking at the several-meter-high Statue of Liberty Tom made of mud above the pit. Together with the powerful people present at the 5 elders. Can't help but widen my eyes, as if thinking, how did San Figaland lose? This? What happened to this? Before everyone recovers from their astonishment. Saint Figaland, who was buried again, seems to be unable to hold back anymore. While breaking through the ground, his eyes are full of killing intent. Damn, before Saint Figaland had finished speaking. Tom hit him on the head with his shovel. Bang, bang, bang. Every bang was like a catharsis from Tom. He doesn't want to be caught by ghosts. I don't want to be killed by ghosts, because that's not going to heaven. Accompanied by a series of ear-piercing clashes of gold and iron. Tom blinked, looking at the deformed shovel, without thinking. Immediately throw it away, take out a huge hammer with 100T written on it from the back. Like whack-a-mole, it bombarded St. Figaland's forehead fiercely. Bang, bang, bang. The loud noise continued. A kind of strong man who can see from a distance can't help but feel a chill down his spine. Although St. Figaland has the protection of armament hockey. Without serious injury, but for this, what a disgrace. It is a humiliation to Kaido. The unbearably humiliated St. Figaland shouted angrily. Enough is enough, stinky cat, before St. Figaland had finished speaking. A cream pie laced with cannonballs puffed in his face. Next, there was a roaring explosion when looking again. Saint Figalin's moon-shaped hairstyle has been transformed into an afro. And his forehead is even more bulging with blue veins. Just a glance, then you can feel the violent killing spirit of Saint Figaland. Damn it, Saint Figaland seems to have had enough of his lesson. With a mere yell, he raised his sword, smashing the air like a mad beast. In a series of bursting cracks, Saint Figaland erupted with a bloody and terrifying coercion. It flashed away in everyone's sight like lightning. Looking at Saint Figaland rushing towards him, frightened Tom's eyeballs popped out like springs 5.1. The body is like assembling building blocks, scattered into countless parts. Run to different areas respectively, looking at the scene in front of me. In the minds of all present, can't help but come up with the name of a devil fruit. Chop Chop Fruit, when this thought comes to mind. Together with the top powerhouses including 5 elders. The worries in my heart are even more intense, to know the ability of Chop Chop Fruit. Also known as the hardest demon fruit power to kill. If this guy in front of me, really a Chop Chop Fruit capable person. It's going to take everybody joining forces, it is possible to kill it. With the voice of Shepherd 10 Peter Saint, all the top powerhouses present looked at each other. The answer will come soon. The only way to kill a Chop Chop Fruit capable person. Just before its body was put together, crush it into countless pieces. Only by smashing its body so that even devil fruit can't repair it. That's the way to really kill a Chop Chop Fruit capable user. I have the answer in my heart. Whitebeard holds Kong Yunki tightly. The burly body like an iron tower smashes through the air. In a series of crackling crackles, go straight to one of Tom's arms and charge away. See, Whitebeard has acted, the rest of the strong are also unambiguous. Go straight to Tom's various body organs on the battlefield. And the style of this battle, subtle changes have also taken place imperceptibly. Chapter 88 The world government's all-out attack made Tom angry. Chapter 88 The world government allied forces strike with all its forces, and Tom gets angry. As more and more strong men enter the battlefield. Tom shuddered, the originally divided body quickly reorganized. It seems to see Tom's body reorganized, everyone present looked at each other. Whitebeard shoots first, the knotted muscles instantly stretched. Violent and ferocious brute force passes through the arm and condenses on the tip of the knife. A mass of crimson flames formed around the blade. All of a sudden, the entire space seemed unable to bear this terrifying coercion. Make a piercing crackling sound. The rapid sound of the wind pierced through the air and made a series of roaring crackling sounds. The dazzling cold light flashed past in everyone's sight. Without any doubt, if the blow fell on Tom, it must be able to tear it into countless pieces. In order to prevent Tom from using the fruit ability, Aokiji. At the instant of Whitebeard's shot, put your palms firmly on the ground. Ice Age, with the cold voice falling to the ground. Countless frosts spread to the surroundings as if they were given life. Just for a moment, freeze Tom into an ice sculpture. And this time, a terrifying blow full of destructive aura landed on the ice sculpture. Click, 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 there was a piercing crack. It's hard to tell if it's space fragmentation or the ice cubes shattered. Next moment, the terrifying blast centered around Tom. Like a torrent of waves, it spreads towards the surroundings. Before the storm subsides, a Kainu covered in lava. Catch the moment when the ice cubes shatter, unleash a decisive blow with a terrifying punch made of lava. A giant dog head full of hot breath at the moment of impact. Drive the surrounding air to send out bursts of roaring sonic booms. The whole space, as if unable to bear the hot breath. And a violent twist occurred. Py, the piercing sound of lava eroding ice. Countless steaming water vapor, blown away by the powerful airwaves generated by the impact. A huge lava pit with a diameter of tens of meters is exposed. As if that wasn't enough, Kizaru's body quickly transforms into particles. While rushing into the air, towards the pits filled with O6 hot lava below. Shoot countless particle rays, at the same time as the roaring explosion ended. Impel down Commissioner Magellan, who was forcibly recruited. Followed by, unleashes a poisonous dragon made of condensed venom. Rush again into the giant pit filled with lava. After doing all this, all the powerhouses present stopped their actions one after another. And retreated a distance of tens of meters, watching quietly. Don't dare to slack off, and Magellan took the opportunity to find a place to solve his own problems. During this time of waiting, everyone's nerves are in a state of high tension. Without any exaggeration, every second. It is a torment for them, in just tens of seconds. More like a whole century has passed. It seems that seeing the pit full of lava and poison has not responded for a long time. Everyone could not help but breathe a sigh of relief. That guy should be dead, right? There was no response for so long. Should he be dead? Would someone come forward and have a look? No rush, just wait. I don't believe that group of monsters would die so easily. Meow meow. Listening to the conversation of the people. Tom standing behind the crowd, with one hand on Jag Garcia Satan's back. Holding an apple in one hand, nodding in agreement. Next second, everyone who sensed something was wrong. Eyes widened, looking incredulously at Tom behind Jag Garcia Satan's san. It looked like a ghost, after Tom noticed the strange eyes of everyone. still calmly biting the apple, completely disregarding the feelings of the people present. He even greeted everyone warmly, looking at such an arrogant Tom. Everyone present could not help but twitch their mouths. I don't care about how Tom escaped from Ascension. Immediately raise the weapon in your hand, charge towards Tom. It seems that seeing everyone wants to do something to oneself. Frightened Tom, without hesitation, he smashed the apple in his hand into Whitebeard's mouth. Then embraced the waist of Jagarcia Satan, play hide and seek with everyone present. And those top powerhouses, see Tom using Jagarcia Satan as a shield. Can't help but stop the action in your hands, one by one glared at Tom. I can't wait to chop it into countless pieces with one knife. At this time, Jagarcia Satan Cheng's face was even more ashen. Stretch out a palm the size of a futon and try to grab Tom. Tom who can dodge talent points is full, how could it be captured by Jagarcia Satan? See this scene, Jagarcia Satan was very anxious. I'm afraid that those pirates will come directly with a knife. Advertisement after all, once those guys are in a hurry. But anything can be done, besides, world government can't blame them. After all, this is to eradicate the monsters in Beechburg. And many great pirates including Whitebeard, that's the idea right now. If it were not for the presence of the other 4 or 5 elders. They've already hit it off, but Tom saw that everyone was afraid to do anything. It's getting more and more rampant, in addition to avoiding the capture of Jagarcia Satan. Tom also found time to put his hands over his ears. And stuck out his tongue, make faces at everyone. It's as crazy as it needs to be, after seeing this scene, all the powerful people present. The anger in my heart is rising steadily, when reaching the critical point. Whitebeard also ignored the persuasion of the other 4 or 5 elders. Immediately shook hands with Kong Yunki, shout out. Little devil, you completely d me off, with the voice falling. A terrible coercion of violence and ferocity, burning like a substance. That looks like a Super Saiyan, too bad there is no hair. Looking at Whitebeard's angry look, Tom's little heart seemed to be about to pop out. Plop plop. If Tom hadn't pressed it back in time. I'm afraid it will burst out through the chest, see. Everyone present couldn't help feeling a burst of curiosity. And Whitebeard paid no heed, go straight to Tom with wild strides. Jagarcia Satan saw this, next by surprise, respond quickly. Like lightning, he twisted his body and went straight to the distance to dodge. And Tom hangs on his shoulders, see Whitebeard can't keep up with himself. Tom stretched his legs like rubber and wrapped it around the waist of Jagarcia Satan. Immediately afterwards, Tom put his hands over his ears as before. Stick your tongue out at Whitebeard and make faces. But when Tom got carried away, Jagarcia Satan seized the moment. Grab Tom's legs, pull Tom off his body with all his might. And throw it high into the air, everyone, quick. Jagarcia Satan let out an eager roar, now Tom is off the ground. It's the best time to kill it, accompanied by the voice of Jagarcia Satan. Marine 3 Admiral with Whitebeard, once again tacit cooperation. Exploding bursts of sonic booms in midair, and this time. The people present did not dare to be careless anymore. While staring at the sky, always keep an eye on everyone. I'm afraid that Tom will appear behind them like a ghost again. A long time I haven't seen Tom appearing for a long time. The powerhouses including the 5 elders couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. This is finally the time to wipe out that monster, right? I guess so, after all, we haven't seen that guy yet. Keep your eyes on your back at all times, that guy's ability is a bit weird. Anxiously waiting, Jagarcia Satan icon is what was found. With a light snort, his eyes slowly locked on a pile of ashes not far away. Looking at the 2 eyeballs above the ashes, Jagarcia Satan frowned and said. Look over there, everyone, with the sound of the voice. Everyone hears the reputation, while seeing the mass of ashes. Sengoku couldn't help taking a deep breath and said in surprise. Is that guy dead? Words fall, Akainu who was standing beside him snorted coldly. Although I don't know how that guy escaped the first time. But now I have burned them all to ashes, before Akainu finished speaking. The eyeball above the ashes suddenly moved, next. In the astonished eyes of the crowd, that mass of ashes is rapidly reorganizing at a speed visible to the naked eye. In the blink of an eye, an intact Tom suddenly appeared in front of everyone. The recovered Tom patted the dust on his body, showing a confused expression. He really didn't want to understand why these guys wanted to attack him. Could it be because of that big snail? Think of this. The simple-minded Tom disappeared in place like lightning. When it reappears, Tom holds a phone bug in his hand. And kept making gestures in front of everyone. What is that guy doing? Rayleigh squinted slightly, seems to be trying to understand Tom's meaning. And the invisible smile, no hostility was detected from Tom. But before he opens his mouth, Akainu ignored Tom's actions. Let it be cold, don't be fooled by that guy's appearance. To know, that guy is our enemy, Wen Yan, advertisement. 5 elders also frowned, tone 10 he answered very seriously. This is the headquarters of Bikini Bottom, we need to end the fighting as soon as possible. Otherwise the top powerhouses in Beechburg will be alarmed. Our situation is dangerous, see what the 5 elders said. Waiting for a group of strong people who realized that Tom didn't have any malicious intentions. You can only hide the words you want to say in your heart. It seems that seeing the hostility of the crowd still hasn't dissipated. A trace of anger could not help appearing on Tom's anxious face. But there are so many people on the other side, Tom didn't think he could fight. So I threw the phone bug away decisively, then let go of the girl and ran into the wooden house. Enter the house, Tom blocked the gate in a big shape. And his heart was beating violently right now. It is enough to see how scared Tom is at this time. Seeing that Tom had escaped, the strong men present. For a while, countless doubts flooded in. It seems that some don't understand what Tom wants to do. But San Figaland couldn't control that much, previous disgrace. He must find his way back, otherwise, he is the commander of the Knights of God. But it turned out to be a joke, without the slightest hesitation. Saint Figaland holds a long sword, the burly body like a tower breaks through the air. At the moment approaching the wooden house, two-handed sword. With all my might, slashed out an arc-shaped sword aura tens of meters long. In an instant, evil winds are everywhere. The howling wind splits the air. Make a series of piercing sonic booms, next moment. Terrible sword energy with extremely destructive aura. Just for a moment, destroy all the wooden houses in front of you. Looking at the turkey disappearing from sight, Tom couldn't help but feel distressed. And after distressed, it is a monstrous rage, after all. That's the dinner he took a long time to make, and the people outside the wooden house. Looking at the wooden house dissipating little by little in the sword energy. An ominous premonition could not help rising in my heart. Be careful, that guy's breath has changed. The redhead eagerly opened his mouth to remind. And the griffin at his waist seems to have sensed the red-haired raging fighting spirit. While violently shaking, exuding red and black gas flames. Facing the redhead's reminder, all the powerhouses present did not dare to be careless. Hastily used his strongest moves, after all, with previous combat experience with Six Paths Tom. Everyone in the room knew that, when those monster breaths in Bikini Bottom mutated. What a terrible thing will happen, Dark Hound. Almost at the same time as Akaino's shot, all the top powerhouses present followed closely behind. Ice Age, Gravity Knife Tiger, Dragon. Lion Majesty. Govern Place Earth Coiling, double the cannon 100 times. The sound of lion roar, space shattering, squeak, sword cry, dragon chant. Surround sound, the breath that destroys the world is like a dam bursting. Roll up layers of terrifying coercion and soar into the sky. Next second, the whole world seemed unable to withstand this terrible impact. Gradually distorted and cracked, the whole sky is under this terrible blow. Dip into a blood-red color, instantly, countless lightning bolts are like the lamentation of heaven and earth. Over the heads of the people in a flash, looking at the ever-expanding soaring beam of light. Everyone present seemed to be unable to bear the terrible aftermath. Quickly evacuate a distance of several hundred meters to the rear. As soon as they retreated, that soaring beam of light seems to have reached a critical point. Boom one like a giant energy light ball produced by an atomic bomb explosion. Centered on the pillar of light from the sky, rapidly spread around. Looking at the scene in front of me, Aokiji quickly over the heads of the crowd. Condensed an ice wall several meters thick to resist. But in front of the energy light ball full of destructive aura. This ice wall is like paper paste, in just an instant of effort, it was destroyed into countless pieces. And together with the 5 elders who are strong in Neng. Under the impact of this terrible blast, it was also blasted away from a distance of tens of meters before stopping. When all the dust falls, originally dense forest. It has become a barren land, is that guy finally eliminated? I guess so, but will this attract other monsters? Before the 5 elders had finished speaking, the red-haired expression looks like a ghost. Staring at the figure exuding black air in the distance. Lost his voice and growled. How come? That rascal, Chapter 89 Tom. Newton can't control me, only his brother is awesome. Chapter 89 Tom. Newton can't control me, only his brother is awesome. How come? That rascal, while the astonishment sounded. Everyone present showed a look of hell, looking at the figure isolated on the huge stone pillar in the deep pit with disbelief on his face. How so? Didn't that guy's aura disappear already? Why isn't that guy dead yet? What kind of monster is that guy? Wait, why is the guy motionless? What is the black air around him? Series of questions, coming like a torrent, but no one has an answer. In a trance, the figure of Six Paths Tom can't help appearing in everyone's mind. But this time with a full blow, it is far from what I could have looked down upon at the beginning. To know, before playing against Six Paths Tom, everyone has already experienced many battles. In addition, the alliance had just been formed at that time. Not yet familiar with the combination of abilities. Can't use it to its full potential, and this time. Not only everyone has been strengthened several times. It also brought into full play the combination of abilities to the ultimate. Without any exaggeration, now the combined strike of all. Compared with the one blow used at the Marineford battlefield. At least dozens of times stronger, but it was this devastating blow. But it doesn't even qualify to hurt Tom, 5 elders? Is the poison used? Otherwise, we're afraid we won't be able to defeat that guy head on. And, with such a commotion, I don't see the group of monsters from Beechburg either. In the end, Sengoku stared deeply at Tom standing on the stone pillar. And the strong men present, I also heard what Sengoku wanted to express. With such a commotion, even a deaf person can feel the aftermath of the explosion. How could there be no reinforcements until now, and the only thing that can be explained? That means the previous news is true, the mighty monsters that previously appeared on the Marineford battlefield. Now in a deep sleep, and those beachy bot monsters don't show up. Most likely awakening those monsters, it looks like it can't be dragged on like this any longer. There is a little urgency in Marcus Mawson's low tone. If you let those guys in Beechburg wake up those monsters, then this war provoked by the coalition forces of the world government. It will also be because of the awakening of those monsters. Thus losing the initiative. Saint Figaland, Kong hyphenation point empty. Lead the Knights of God, as well as Marine, to attack from the front. Attract that cat's aggression as much as possible. The Whitebeard pirates and all the beasts pirates. Intercept from the right, the BIGMOM pirates and the Blackbeard pirates. Intercept from the left, Red Hair pirates and all the powerful people from all major forces. Intercept from the north direction, the flying pirates always pay attention to the top. Lest that guy escape from the sky, as the voice of the 5 elders falls. Everyone present hummed, it turned into streams of light and scattered in all directions. And the 5 elders followed suit, scatter in 5 directions respectively. Form a 5-sided attack formation, blocked all of Tom's retreats from every direction. If Tom was going to escape by jumping into the pit below, everyone will launch a fierce attack on it without hesitation. It won't stop until you blow Tom to death, and when everyone is ready. When about to launch an attack, where was standing Tom? As if some kind of strange switch was touched, slowly take out a white cloth strip with struggle written on it from the back. And draw 3 marks on the face with colored mud. Next second, in the blink of an eye, Tom built a bunker on the stone pillar. And in the corresponding 5 directions, 5 heavy machine guns are installed. It's like a posture of planning to fight all the top powerhouses. Looking at the semicircular bunker below, all the powerhouses present couldn't help showing disdainful expressions. They are all strong men standing at the apex of this world. For ordinary gunpowder, it has long been ignored. And now Tom, but want to use this method to fight against them? This is undoubtedly self-defeating, although Tom's counterattack was indeed unsatisfactory. But the top powerhouses present did not underestimate it. After all, it was a cat that could stop them with a single blow. If only the most common gunpowder, that's obviously humiliating them. It seems that in order to verify everyone's conjecture. Inside the bunker, Tom took a deep breath, limbs and tongue pulled the trigger at the same time. Next second, accompanied by a burst of rapid gunfire. Countless small firecrackers spread like rain, yay. Wouldn't it be too contemptuous of us? Advertisement? You actually use such a small firecracker to attack us? Aokiji sneered, immediately erect a 100-foot-high ice wall in front of everyone. And the world government coalition forces in the other 4 directions. Corresponding defense measures have also been made. Planning to wait until Tom runs out of ammunition and food. Bomb him on the spot, can be justified by the public. For Tom's seemingly joking way of attacking, and feel a burst of disdain. A series of rapid and roaring explosions, like a basin of cold water, it poured cold water on everyone's hearts. Click, 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 in the roaring and rapid explosion. The 100-foot-sized ice wall burst, in less than 3 seconds. It turned into a pile of debris in the rapid explosion. Looking at the densely packed small firecrackers in front of me, Kizaru blurted out, what a scary little firecracker tilde. This power is really not small tilde, with the sound of the voice. Kizaru's body gradually breaks down into particles. I plan to use elemental words to avoid the attacks of these small firecrackers. But just when Kizaru looked proud, the roaring explosion sounded in his ears. The terrible aftermath of the explosion is coming. Kizaru defenseless, only by an insignificant little firecracker. Give it a distance of tens of meters, looking at Kizaru who can still be hit in the elemental state. Together with the powerful 5 elders, can't help but take a breath. Hastily scattered towards the 4 sides, of course, there are also some stubborn ones. For example Jack from the Beast's Pirates, and their captain, Kaido. Looking at the people fleeing in all directions, Kaido and Jack raised their mouths slightly. The arrogant tone is full of strong disdain, what a bunch of embarrassing guys. It's just a firecracker, before Jack finished speaking. Dozens of small firecrackers pierced the air, the moment it touches the skin. Cause a series of roaring explosions, instantly. The fire is soaring, with a small mushroom cloud rising slowly. Kaido couldn't help but thump in his heart, without the slightest hesitation. Immediately transform into a half-orc form and prepare to fight hard. However, at this time, Jack was blown to pieces. Like a kite with a broken string, fly out of the small mushroom cloud. Looking at the figure that produced the sonic boom, Kaido couldn't help swallowing, turn around and turn into a torrent and flee towards the surroundings. Joke. Just a dozen or so small firecrackers, just blast that guy Jack into such a ghost. If there are more than a dozen more, I'm afraid Jack's life. They will all be blown up on the spot, right? Such a powerful little firecracker. Kaido doesn't think he can resist much. What the hell is that firecracker? Why is there such a terrifying power? Even people with Logia fruit abilities are immune. Damn, what do we do now? Such an intensive attack. We can't get in at all, with the rising of mushroom clouds. The strong men of the World Government Coalition. At the moment, I am hiding behind a mountain to discuss. Damn, how can I make that guy stop attacking? Looking at the giant mountain that is gradually being blasted into slag by small firecrackers. Everyone present couldn't help but sink their hearts. As for the question raised by Sanfigaland, everyone lowered their heads one by one. It's not that they haven't tried to resist before. But in the face of such dense firepower, even the collection 4 emperors, and the abilities and powers of the 3 marine admirals, can't resist the dense and powerful small firecrackers. Even the sparkling fruit, which is known as the fastest in the world. In that dense, and like a small firecracker equipped with a positioning device. It's only for running around like a mouse, if it wasn't for those little firecrackers. After losing the target, there will be no lock on attack. I'm afraid it's impossible for them to discuss here now. Could it be us? Do you want to hide here in such a mess? Bullet clenched his fists unwillingly, even his combined fruit ability to fuse surrounding objects with itself, but if you do that, you will only treat yourself as a living target, when people are troubled. The redhead suddenly seemed to remember something. Turn around and smile, he asked. Smile, I remember that your fruit is not a gravity fruit? Will you? Before the redhead could finish speaking. Smiling and shaking his head slightly, no, I've tried it since the very beginning. The ability of gravity fruit can't affect those little firecrackers. With the voice falling, the frowns of everyone present were even deeper. Advertisement they are all standing in the world apex exists. Now he was so embarrassed by being blown up by a bunch of small firecrackers? It's not too dreamy, is it? Just when everyone intends to gather the power of everyone. When killing a bloody road, the previous continuous roar gradually stopped. Everyone sees it, no stoppages, immediately rush out. Little cat, no, before Bullet could finish speaking. Looking at the giant fort with a diameter of almost 80 meters in front of you. Everyone couldn't help swallowing their saliva, and when Tom saw everyone. Immediately with a triumphant smile, after waving goodbye to everyone. Tom immediately lit the fuse, and cover your ears and hide behind the fort. Seeing this, all the powerful people present, immediately numb in place. My head is full of strange question marks. Backquote, where did that guy come from? Is now the time to think about that? Hurry up to this area? As the voice falls, all the powerhouses present did not dare to hesitate. The power of the small firecrackers was so great before. This giant shell with a diameter of 80 meters, how powerful it can be. People don't even dare to think about it. As time goes on, Tom, still unable to hear the cannon, with a face full of doubts, he poked his head out. And the mighty see it, immediately I had the answer. Squib. Quickly destroy that fort, looking at the people rushing forward. Tom swallowed, then he showed an awkward and polite smile. Ha, next second, without waiting for everyone to react. Tom let go and ran towards the depths of the dense forest in the distance. After Kizaru destroyed the giant fort, body into particles. Speeding towards Tom. Seeing that the crisis is over, the powerful go straight to Tom and charge. I'm afraid Tom will come up with some weird items again. Although Tom escaped very fast, but in front of sparkling fruit. But it's not worth mentioning, soon, Kizaru stands in front of Tom holding the Amazonu sword. Facing Kizaru who suddenly appeared, although Tom wanted to stop. But because of inertia, Tom had no time to dodge. Straight through Kizaru's body, looking at the huge boulder not far from the front. Tom first showed a frightened gesture, then he spread his hands helplessly. Click. With a crackling sound, Tom, who hit the stone, shattered into countless pieces in an instant. See this situation, Kizaru froze in place for a moment. My head is full of strange question marks, but before he could react to what happened. The broken pieces of Tom were put together miraculously? Nuo's Zhao, looking at a series of strange things happening before him. Kizaru is not feeling well, you guys are really weird and scary tilde. While speaking, Kizaru raises Ama no Umo sword and prepares to give Tom a fatal blow. But just when Kizaru was about to do it, Tom held out his right hand. Kizaru stopped what he was doing with a serious face. However, without waiting for Kizaru to wonder, Tom casually took out a white cloth from behind. And blindfolded. When everything is ready, Tom nodded. It seems to be signaling that Kizaru can continue. See, Kizaru felt bad all of a sudden, you little guy is really interesting tilde. With the voice falling, Kizaru didn't give Tom any chance to refute. Holding Amakongan's sword and slashing down on Tom's body. In an instant, the bad wind keeps coming, at the same time as a sword chant sounded. A look of astonishment appeared in Kizaru's eyes. Watching the tail lift up, thus, Tom, who was floating in the air and dodged his own blow. Kizaru suddenly felt that his brain was running out of energy. Is it possible that this guy can fly? With a doubt. Kizaru kept waving the Amanun sword, but Tom seemed to have a sense. Whenever the blade is about to touch, we'll move the body with both hands. Sometimes floating, sometimes it changes into various strange poses. Looking at a person and a cat in the distance, the people standing in the distance watching the battle couldn't help but gasp. Can chopped fruit transform the body? Ghost knows? But the guy puts his tail up, thus suspending itself in the air. That's more than chopped fruit can do. Chapter 90 Peacock in the morning and tiger in the daytime, and the elephant in the evening comes out of the night guy dance. Can chopped fruit transform the body? Ghost knows? But the guy puts his tail up, so that while suspending itself in the air. That's more than chopped fruit can do. landing with the voice. The eyes of everyone present looking at Tom gradually became more subtle. Body capable of cracking like chop fruit, also shatter like a mirror. Powerful weapons and items can be pulled out from behind. Even if the body is turned into ashes, it can be reorganized. Can make the body completely suspended in the air. So, what kind of monster is that guy? Recall the beginning. Gather the terrifying blow of all the powerful people present. 5 elders frowned even deeper, such an existence beyond common sense. Far harder than 6 paths Tom, at least they hit 6 paths Tom. You can still see real damage, but the cat in front of me, although seemingly harmless to humans and animals, gives people a feeling of wanton ravages. I really have to move my hands. Any attack against it, like hitting cotton, there is no hope of victory at all. And for the question posed by 5 elders, all the powerhouses present couldn't answer why. After all, this weird existence, it's also the first time they've met. At this time, the Redhead seems to have thought of something in a trance. I wonder if you have discovered a problem, talking. The Redhead locked his eyes on Tom, continued to say. The cat, it seems that there is not much hostility towards us. It can even be said that that guy has no hostility towards us at all. Only when St. Figaland destroyed that loghouse, one. I just felt the guy's anger, as the red-haired voice fell. Everyone also began to recall what happened before in their minds. The final conclusion, also pretty much the same as what the Redhead said. Since that fellow has no hostility towards us, then why don't we ignore that guy? Going straight to Beechburg base camp? Don't make things too simple. If it was the first meeting, we might really be able to just ignore that guy. But now, talking, the Redhead glared at St. Figaland. It seems to be expressing their dissatisfaction. Everyone present also understood the meaning of red hair. But they are too lazy to take care of St. Figaland. By chapter 433 this guy, I've been tossed by that blue-haired cat on the verge of collapse. Since the guy can't be ignored now, then what should we do? Continue to attack? But that guy's physique is really strange. For inquiries, the Redhead didn't respond immediately. Instead, focus on Tom as he fights Kizaru, after a moment of contemplation. A reliable idea gradually came to mind, according to the appearance of that guy. Maybe we can capture him alive. As soon as this remark came out, the frowns of everyone present were even deeper. Everyone seems to think that the idea of red hair is too whimsical. Catch a monster that is immune to any damage? This is absolutely crazy. But the 5 elders see it differently. If Tom can be captured alive, just send it to the Vegapunk Institute. A powerful weapon must be researched. If it can be done. Think of this. 5 elders looked at each other. Immediately expressed support for this action of the red hair. Looking at the serious expression of 5 elders, everyone present couldn't help laughing in their hearts. They are all 1,000-year-old foxes. If you can't even guess this, then they are not worthy to stand on top of the world. But on second thought, now it seems that this is the only way to proceed. If the attack continues, that's just a waste of time and energy. Moreover, who stipulated that after being captured alive, they must be handed over to the world government? I have an idea in my heart. All the powerful people present looked at each other. When the decision is made, try the Redhead method first. If not, evacuate decisively. Rethink the way to deal with Tom. If the Redhead solution works, then take that blue cat for yourself. At the same time, Tom, who was avoiding the attack of the yellow ape, tentatively lifted the blindfold, looking at Kizaru who can't cut himself no matter what. Tom guts, it is also gradually increasing and dodging again and again. Until it is completely confirmed that Kizaru cannot cut himself. Advertisement Tom couldn't help but have an evil smile on his face. That expression seemed to say, since you can't hit me, then let me deal with you. Looking at the light bulb emerging from above Tom's head, Kizaru froze for a few, seconds, while deeply puzzled. I can't help but feel an ominous feeling in my heart. And because of Kizaru's distracted few seconds, the range of Kizaru's attack that allowed Tom to escape. Kizaru, what are you staring at? With Zephyr's scolding, Kizaru put all doubts behind in an instant. Get ready to tackle this battle with all your might. But when Kizaru reacts, where is the shadow of Tom? See this situation, the top powerhouses present couldn't hold back anymore. Exquisite Marine Admiral, are you actually distracted during the battle? This is the last thing you should do. When Zephyr passed by Kizaru, he said abruptly, then followed the footsteps of the large army to the dense forest not far away. Going to catch Tom alive, looking at the people pouring into the dense forest. Kizaru still stood still, with everyone going into the jungle searching for Tom. The ominous feeling in Kizaru's heart, it also became stronger and stronger. After Blackbeard entered the jungle, immediately greeted all the crew members of the Blackbeard pirates. Had a short meeting, and the purpose of the meeting. It is the plan after capturing Tom alive, to the world government? That is of course impossible. It's not just Blackbeard who has this idea. Almost all the powerhouses who are not world government forces. I have the same plan in mind. Gia ha 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 ha. Amid the slightly maniacal laughter, Blackbeard has utterly silenced Tom's joy after. Did not notice at all, Tom has already mixed into their team at this time. Listening to Blackbeard's plan after capturing himself. Tom gnawed on the drumstick while nodding in approval. They even hand out fruit to Blackbeard at all at times. Proceed like this for now. By the way, Where did you get this fruit? It was delicious. Facing Blackbeard's inquiry, everyone present couldn't help but froze for a few seconds. Surprise. Captain, didn't you give this to us? When the voice landed, the eyes of the crowd, coincidentally placed on Tom next to Blackbeard. As if aware of being found, Tom blinked. That cute look seemed to be asking, why don't you continue? I'm so happy to hear that. Everyone in the Blackbeard pirates looked at each other. Just when they were about to strike, Tom seems to have been prepared. He casually took out a piece of white cloth from behind and enveloped the crowd. Immediately afterwards, Tom took another baseball bat from his back. Can't help but say, pick up a baseball bat and it's a mess. It's almost time to knock. Tom whoosh, disappeared in place like lightning. When it reappears, appeared behind a rock not far from Akainu. Damn guy, it can actually block knowledge-colored detection. Akainu clenched his fists, scanning around very vigilantly. And Tom saw Akainu alone. I couldn't help raising my eyebrows. Put on an evil smile. Got an idea. Tom took out a urine bag from behind. And carefully followed behind Akainu. Crunch, the sound of a branch being trampled. Immediately caught Akainu's attention, however, after looking around. Akainu found nothing. Is it because my nerves are too tight? Akainu frowned tightly, suddenly looked towards the crotch. After repeatedly confirming that there is no one around, Akainu then relaxed his vigilance, continued to look for Tom's figure. And what Akainu doesn't know is, Tom actually clings to his back the whole time. It seems that seeing Akainu let down his vigilance. Tom thumbs up, can't help but have an expression like looking at a fool on his face. Without the slightest hesitation, Tom raised a urea bag and put it on Akainu's forehead. Swing the baseball bat in your hand, like beating up the Blackbeard pirates. Seeing that the fight is almost over, run away from the battlefield quickly. Don't give them a chance to react, and Tom, who tasted the sweetness. Then expand the target to all World Government Alliance members. One counts as one advertisement as long as Tom is watching. Not wrapped in a white cloth, it is covered with urea bags. Even developed to the end, after Tom beat the man up. There are also many traps placed nearby, like shovels, hose, etc. Although the damage is not high, but it's extremely insulting. Soon, the entire dense forest suddenly burst into roaring explosions. It seems to be planning to destroy the entire forest. To find out the B************ D Tom. With this hour, in the realm of mystery. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, cat and mouse world, Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Looking at the mysterious points that are increasing by a large margin to get hints. Al couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Open black lens bracket. Current mysterious points. 546,871. Close black lens bracket. It's finally growing, it's time to create. In the end, Al suddenly seemed to remember something. Then the newsletter page opens, looking at Mike J's picture frame. Al couldn't help being speechless for a while. This guy is outrageous. Just a little carelessness and I forgot about him. Talking, Al immediately contacted Mike Gia, and let him rush to the battlefield to deal with the World Government Alliance army. At the same time, it also deliberately emphasized Mike Gia. Make sure not to impress them, although Mike J said yes. But in my heart, I thought that I must do a big event that caused a sensation in the world. In this case, those guys will always remember his existence. Make up your mind, Mike J, step into the portal without any hesitation. After dealing with Mike Gia's matter, Al looked at the only more than 500,000 mysterious points. Immediately decide to go to the lottery machine to try your luck. But this time I don't intend to throw all the mysterious points into it. Instead, I plan to save these to buy new props. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to the host. Thank you for your patronage. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to the host. Thank you for your patronage. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to the host. Thank you for your patronage. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the world material X1. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations host. Close black lens bracket with more than 40,000 mysterious points thrown in. Al looked overjoyed at the extracted world material. This thing is purchased in the system mall. You can get 2.5 million mysterious points. Although tasted the sweetness, but Al still has no idea of throwing all the mysterious points in. Take it when you see it, he still gets it. What kind of world will you create this time? Although the world material has been obtained, but Al really doesn't know what new world legend to create. Beach Fort, Goshong Ridge, Tom and Jerry, After thinking for a long time, just when Al was planning to transfer the world material. When converting to a random character material, a splendid castle suddenly appeared in the mind. And tons of pans. With that, it's up to you. Got an idea? Al immediately opened the creation page, modification in progress. While Al was creating the new world, World Government Alliance. The entire forest has been cleared out of an area. Without the cover of the forest, Tom has lost his hiding place too. Looking at the people gradually approaching here, Tom was stuck against a stone wall with his arms outstretched. The thumping little heart is because of the arrival of everyone. Almost broke through the skin and jumped out. Finally caught you B****************. D. Now you have nowhere to run, you stinky cat. I must let you know what it's like to be hit with a sap. Let me go first, I must let this guy know what despair is. Looking at the vicious people in front of me. After Tom struggled for a moment, put your hands together, decisively choose to put it badly. Looking at Tom who was writing his suicide note, everyone couldn't help snorting coldly. No intention of letting go of Tom, but the next second. Just when Kaido raised his mace and was about to smash Tom into a pulp. The sudden appearance of a portal, it made everyone present couldn't help but feel tense. And Kaido sees this, instead of stopping what you were doing. Instead, he slammed down on Tom with all his strength. In the nick of time, Might J's figure appeared in front of Kaido like lightning. The morning is a peacock and the day is a tiger. Evening image comes out, guy dances at night, finally, it's my turn to play the blue beast. Chapter 91. Might Gia vs Big Mom in Madness, open the door. Finally, it's my turn to play the blue beast, F. While the slightly muffled voice sounded, the screaming wind made bursts of rapid air explosions like splitting the air. Clang, there was a deafening sound of gold and iron clashing between fists and maces. Echoes throughout the island, clang, clang, clang. After Might Gia blocked Kaido's attack with a punch. Fist again. Blast out like lightning, bursts of piercing sonic booms. In an instant, the wind and clouds are rolling and the sparks are flying. Kaido's footsteps are also slowly retreating under the constant bombardment of Might Gia. That's how you were young. With a low growl, Might Gia shook one arm. The blue veins burst out suddenly. The rushing wind of the fist brings up bursts of screaming wind. Under Might J's violent and ferocious offensive. The mace in Kaido's hand, made by the world government, is distorted and deformed like paper paste. Terrible brute force is transmitted to Kaido's whole body through the mace. Make it tremble violently. Boom, the sound of a piercing explosion exploded in midair. Kaido's huge body flew upside down like a kite with broken strings. It didn't stop until dozens of meters later, looking at the little mouse that sent Kaido flying away just by meeting him. The hearts of all the powerhouses including the 5 elders trembled. Long-lost sense of crisis, coming like a rushing tide. Might Gia, who blasted Kaido out, slowly fell to the ground. Immediately afterwards, raise your right hand, thumbs up, and make a pause. Very enthusiastically said, Yo, Tom, you guys aren't hurt, are you? Looking at the little mouse in front of me, Tom couldn't help showing a puzzled expression. Seems to be thinking, who is this guy in front of me? Seeing Tom's puzzled face, Might J was not surprised. Instead, he jumped up with more enthusiasm, jumped straight to Tom's head. Immediately afterwards, Might Gia made a fist with one hand. And put your fists on Tom's cap. Next second, I felt a flash of lightning flash across my forehead. The intense stimulation instantly reminded Tom of the identity of Might J. Without a moment's hesitation, Tom immediately let go of his feet and prepared to escape from here. Because that little mouse often bullies him, exactly. It's Tom who pranks Might J every time. The result was a brutal beating. Come on, Tom, don't run away. Might J put his hands on his chest. Standing on top of Tom's head, he said in a deep voice. This time my enemy is not you, it's those guys. Wen Yan, the top powerhouses standing not far away, frowned even deeper. That guy's breath is very calm, it looks like he is a powerful gymnastics master. Just don't know that guy, could it also have some strange abilities? Don't worry about him, as long as you can beat that guy. We'll be able to capture that cat named Tom alive. Just grab him, even without going deep into Beechburg's stronghold. We have won a big victory this time, 5 elders no longer hide their purpose. Speak out without hesitation, even though the eyes of many strong people looking at them have undergone subtle changes. The gaze of the 5 elders, it still fell firmly on Tom's body. Because deep in their hearts, from time to time a voice would come up telling them. Just catch that amazing cat named Tom, we will be able to create a powerful weapon capable of destroying the entire world. Even if this kind of thing is somewhat mysterious. But things have progressed to this point, 5 elders are naturally unwilling to give up. And the rest of the top powerhouses, most have the same idea. It's just that they want more than world government. That amazing cat named Tom they want it too. Seeing that the world government has fully exposed its true thoughts. Everyone present didn't bother to cover up anymore. Gu la la la. I'm not interested in that cat. Only, I'll take half of Bikini Bottom's treasure. Gia ha ha ha. Whitebeard, you are getting greedier and greedier. Have you got half of Bikini Bottom's treasures? Then Laozi will take the other half, Worororo. Golden Lion, Whitebeard, you two bastards have a really good plan. All the treasures of Beechburg are given to you. Then Laozi is working in vain? Mama Matilda? A bunch of whimsical guys. Advertisement, all the treasures in Bikini Bottom belong to my mother. That cat belongs to my mother too. Don't try to take anything away from my mother like this. Looking at the people who are gradually diverging. The redhead shook his head with a sudden headache. You guys, it's about time enough is enough, now Beechburg is still alive. You are here to discuss how to distribute the treasures? See the Redhead stand up as a peacemaker, Kong and Sengoku also stood up one after another. Advise everyone not to affect the alliance because of this kind of shit. After all, the most urgent task now, it's about leveling Bikini Bottom. Otherwise, wait for those powerful beings to wake up. None of the people present could run away, looking at Marine and the Redhead who were working as peacemakers. Blackbeard, who was hiding in the corner, snorted disdainfully. How many of the guys present are good people? What are you wearing here? But what Red Hair and Marine said is not reasonable. Haven't leveled Beechburg yet, just say these things here. How many brains are sick? And my Gia saw that everyone ignored him completely. I am somewhat speechless in my heart. Hey, you guys. Have you overlooked something? With the words of my J. Only then did everyone realize that this is a battlefield. Not a place for them to talk about these things, slightly adjusted. Everyone locked their eyes on my Gia again. Kaido, you fought that guy. How is the specific strength? In the face of people's inquiries. With a livid complexion, Kaido showed the dent on the mace. See, 5 elders suddenly sullen, Shen Sheng said. This is a huge waste of resources for the world government. A peerless divine weapon just created, its hardness is not inferior to the supreme sharp knife at all. Words fall, the powerhouses who possessed the supreme sharp knife couldn't help but frown. The way he looks at my Gia has also changed subtly. How hard is the supreme sharp knife, they know best. As a result, my Gia was only a face-to-face effort. Just dented it? If you come again a few times, wouldn't it be beaten to pieces by my Gia? Think of this, Kaido snorted coldly, it seems that the rhetoric of the world government is not bought. If that guy is really that strong, I'm afraid I won't be able to stand here safely. Plus that little mouse is raiding, instead of confronting him head on. Think of this, Kaido is getting more and more upset. He is the man known as the strongest creature, how can you be defeated by a little mouse? It seems to be aware of Kaido's strong killing intent and anger. Might Genong raised his eyebrows slightly, raise your right hand, thumbs up, and make a pause. Opened the mouth and said, come on, this is how you were young. As Might J's voice fell, Kaido snorted coldly. The anger in my heart soared into the sky like a volcanic eruption. Watch Laozi smash you to pieces. Kaido flicked the mace in his hand. However, just when Kaido was about to start, 4 emperors standing in the distance. Suddenly, there were bursts of maddened wails as if they were losing their minds. Food tilde. Give me food. Seeing this, the crew of BIGMOM pirates. Suddenly my heart trembled, hastily shouted, quick, spread out. Mama's cravings have been committed, get out. Sick mama doesn't care who you are, as long as it's the guy who shows up in front of her. They will attack without hesitation, hear the words. Everyone present couldn't help but frowned, hastily evacuated hundreds of meters to the rear. Damn Charlotte Linlin, what the hell is that guy trying to do? Hey, why didn't you tell us about this in advance? Is there any way to make her stop? Forget it, it's not impossible to let her deal with that mouse. Damn it, this is obviously Laozi's fight, in the face of people's questioning and complaints. Katakuri, the eldest son, had a gloomy face, he responded indifferently. The only way to stop Mama, just let her eat the food she wants to eat. Otherwise there is no way to wake her up, if you want to attack Mama. In the end, Katakuri suddenly erupted with a ferocious and terrifying aura. 0. Seeking flowers, and everyone in the BIGMOM pirates. Advertisement while lighting up the weapon, a group of people have been separated to go to the harbor to prepare to bring food over. See this situation, although the strong men present were somewhat unhappy. But now in this situation, not when they fight among themselves. Get that guy, before the 5 elders had finished speaking. The battle between Might J and Big Mom in the distance. In a shattering explosion, it started loudly, facing the irrational ant. Might Gia raised his mouth slightly, that's how you were youthful. As the words fell, Might Gia's aura changed drastically in an instant. Without too much hesitation and thinking, Might Gia's feet exploded with energy. Breaking through the air like a wild beast, crackling explosions sounded. Ant saw this, the anger value in my heart reached the peak directly. Give me food, at the same time as the shouts of anger sounded. Ant 4 emperors let out a sigh of relief, a tyrannical aura erupted from her body like a blood-killing beast overlooking its prey. At the same time, countless black mist floated slowly from her body. Next second, the black mist surrounding the body gradually turned into substance. Wrap around the fist along the arm, a hot flame burst out from the scarlet eyes. Food, I want food, give me food, the moment the voice hits the ground. The powerful body of the 4 emperors ant jumped up like a tyrannosaur. The energy under my feet exploded, while leaving a huge depression in the ground. 0 raise a howling wind, charge towards my Gia in front of you. Boom roaring iron fist, a violent collision in midair. Like a bomb exploded in the air, let out a loud roar. The fierce wind suddenly howled and blew, click, click, click. The wind blows all around, the ground under the feet of Might J and the 4 emperors. Cracked like a spider's web, under the brutal and violent brute force of 1 man and 1 mouse. It's like a heavy hammer of a pile driver sags downward and collapses section by section. Next moment, The howling wind sent the two of them flying several distances away. Might Jia moved his wrist. Without hesitation, he praised. What a good opponent, while the voice sounded. Might Guy's momentum has skyrocketed again. Had 6 paths Tom been there. It must be seen that Might Guy at this time, the third gate in 8 inner gates has been opened. Open black lens bracket Shengmen. Close black lens bracket at the next moment when the door of life is opened. Might Guy's body starts to turn red. The breath even climbed to a very terrifying critical point. It seems to be aware of the earth-shaking changes in Might Guy's aura. A group of strong men standing in the distance can't help but be surprised. Looking at Might Guy in the distance with a face full of horror. Is this what that guy is capable of? No, I feel more like some kind of move to improve physical fitness. Garp gazed deeply at Might Guy as a pure gymnast. Garp's perception in this regard is very strong. Wen Yan. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. His complexion gradually improved. A move that can make a person's strength skyrocket in a short period of time. Most of them have very strong side effects, and these moves don't last long. Just drag until the guy's moves are over. Victory is ours. I just don't know if Mama can hold that guy. Cracker frowned slightly. The slightly excited tone is full of strong worries. However, the next second, Garp and other experts in physical arts bluntly said, don't make things too simple. Know the monsters. You can't look at it with common sense, really. If that guy has no other special abilities, that's great news for us. As the battle between Might Guy and 4 Emperors Ant gradually heated up. The state of mind of the powerful people present. It's also like a roller coaster with ups and downs. With a crackling sound, Might Guy and 4 Emperors Ant. Once again, because of the strong wind, they evacuated back tens of meters. Looking at the 4 Emperors Ant who seems to feel no pain. Might Guy arms crossed, a more terrifying momentum burst out again. The 4th gate. Open the door of injury. Chapter 92 1 against 2, face the peacock, roar, youth. Chapter 92 with 1 against 2, face the peacock and roar, youth. The 4th gate. Wound door open, the moment the voice rang. Might J lowered his hands that were in front of him. Reveals 2 rows of large and shiny white fang. Block your youth and have a fiery confrontation with me. 5th gate. Do door open. Talk off. Might J's eyes turned white. The momentum of the whole body soared into the sky like a volcanic eruption. In an instant, surrounding space, it seems that there is a distortion under this strong air pressure. And Might J's whole body is also wrapped in green energy. Next second, Might Jia burst out with energy. Blow-up bursts of howling wind like lightning. At the same time as the sonic boom sounded, Ant 4 Emperors seems to have sensed a strong sense of crisis. Instinctively raised Napoleon in his hand, food. Give me food. Filled with violent shouts, Madame 4 Emperors let out a hot breath. Take a sudden step forward, click, click, click. While the ground shatters, Prometheus and Zeus floating beside the 4 Emperors. Under the influence of this crazy momentum, his expression gradually became terrifying and ferocious. Instantly, the wind suddenly rises, carrying a palpitating terror pressure straight into the sky. Looking at the 1 person and 1 mouse who were getting angry gradually. Those strong men who stood watching from afar, subconsciously frowned. Feeling 1 person and 1 mouse, the terrifying momentum emanating from. Garp praised without hesitation. That guy's physique has surpassed the limit of creatures. Even that big lobster in Beechburg can't beat 550. Words fall, Zephyr standing beside him, he also nodded in deep agreement and agreed. It is possible to achieve such a state only by physical skills. That guy is definitely my go-to so far, the strongest physique expert I've ever seen. I don't know about BIGMOM's Kong Balloon either. Can you block that guy's attack? For the questions raised by Zephyr. All the powerhouses present have different opinions. If BIGMOM fails to enter the berserk state, BIGMOM and Might Jia are at least 30 to 70. Can enter BIGMOM in rampant state, not only can the body not feel the pain. The strength of the whole body will also be upgraded several grades. In addition to reduced mobility and out of my mind. There are almost no weaknesses to speak of, and this is exactly what BIGMOM. A reason to be called a born monster, if you only rely on pure physical skills. It's hard to hurt Linlin in a runaway state, besides, that guy doesn't seem to be armed. If only by the flesh, in the end, Kaido's tone was slightly contemptuous. Although his mace was dented by Might J's fist. But he didn't cover armament hockey then either, like that level of attack. Even if someone as strong as Garp makes a move, it can't be done either. Plus, Kaido thinks from the bottom of his heart that world government is just cutting corners. A weapon of the supreme quality of a sharp sword. Could it be built in just a few days? But the 5 elders take this very seriously. What is the quality of the mace? How could they not know? Since Might J hit a hollow with his mace, they have already realized the seriousness of the matter. Only, all the listeners have said so, 5 elders didn't bother to explain anything. Certainly, although 5 elders has realized the seriousness of the matter. But they didn't take Might Jia too seriously in their hearts. Simple physical strength, they are not here, and in the crowd. Almost all gymnasts, they are afraid, the main thing is whether Might J will ask Tom. Or 6 paths like Tom, suddenly other strange abilities appear. If that's the case, then BIGMOM is dangerous, but see, Might J and BIGMOM fight to this point, also failed to use other strange abilities. Not even armament hockey used, 5 elders also gradually lowered their vigilance. I hope BIGMOM can get rid of that guy. It will also make it easier for us to capture that amazing cat alive. It's better not to draw conclusions for the time being. I always feel the guy hasn't done his best yet. At the same time, advertisement opened Might J of the 5th gate. Already reached the pinnacle of current physical skills. Every punch a style, all of them contain unparalleled terrifying coercion. In a roaring sonic boom, under the attack of Might J, the 4 Emperor's ant. Totally powerless, however, as everyone has said. Although Might J's offensive is very fierce, but the damage done to Mother 4 Emperors. But not fatal enough, and Mama 4 Emperors, also under Might J's offensive again and again. Getting more irritable. Roll, go away, old lady. Damn B***************** D. In the most insane and violent shouts of anger. A stream like hell in the underworld, the chilling aura of the forest rushes towards us like a tide. Swish, next moment, Ant 4 Emperors is like a devil in the abyss of hell. Trampling a huge depression on the ground, the figure disappeared in an instant. Become a ray of light, go straight to the Might Gia in front of you. At the same time, Prometheus hovering beside the 4 Emperors. And Zeus, follow on the heels of Big Mom the 4 Emperors. Seeing Might J, there is no wave on the calm face. Some just, more crazy offensive, in a sonic boom. It seemed that the whole world could not bear the attack of one man and one mouse. Make a piercing crackling sound. Seeing Kaido, the fighting spirit in my heart is also driven by this. What an exciting battle. Laozi likes the feeling of punching to the flesh. This guy is better than those previous monsters. It's not too much for Laozi's appetite. Kaido who has an idea in his heart. I don't intend to hang around here. Scales gradually appeared on the surface of the body. Next second, Kaido's feet exploded. A body as tall as an iron tower breaks through the air. At the same time, he raised his casserole-sized fist and went straight to Might Gia to kill him. Watching Kaido charging towards him, Might J frowned. Doesn't seem to like people interfering with his battles. After the 4 Emperors sensed Kaido's breath, instinctively make an expression of rejection. Just when the 4 Emperors' ant was about to target Kaido, Might Gia takes the lead, while blowing the 4 Emperors' ant away with one punch. The momentum soared again. 6th gate Jingmun. Open, clenching your fists like a beast. Next moment, the ear-piercing sound of piercing the air resounded. Might Gia's figure is like a streamer, gone before everyone's eyes. When Might J appeared in front of everyone again, already in front of Kaido, as if surprised by Might J's speed. Kaido couldn't help being stunned for a few seconds. And because of those few seconds, let Might J seize the moment. The flame-covered right leg flung Kaido's face like a giant python. Instantly, stormy, the strong impact lifted Kaido's huge body into the air. Next second, the figure of Might Gia appeared in front of Kaido at the speed of light. Fierce blows blow the air, the tiny flames created by the friction ignited into a raging fire in just a moment. Da, fiery fists that shoot out like Gatling. Bombard Kaido's face without mercy, to the peacock. When the voice landed, countless fiery fists soared into the sky. That magnificent scene is like a peacock spreading its tail. It brought a lot of shock to the strong people present. That guy's physical skills, it's more than a degree beyond the biological limit. The wind of the fist alone can rub flames in the air. How strong a body is to do this, at the same time. The 4 Emperors' ant below seems to have sensed a strong sense of crisis. But before she makes a move, crack, in a series of crackling sounds. Kaido's eyes suddenly change. There was a silent roar in my heart. What the hell is going on with this guy? Why can such a terrifying power erupt? Just when Kaido's heart was shaking violently, Might Gia's eyes turned cold. Immediately grasping the gap in his lost mind, shout out. 7th gate shocking gate, open, advertisement. Next moment, the corner of Might Gia's clothes flipped rapidly. Make a series of loud noises, fists full of tyranny. Straight to lock Kaido's forehead, instantly, the air surged violently. 3 sonic booms sounded like muffled thunder. You can see the horror of this blow. See, Kaido pupil constriction, the whole body is full of chills. A great sense of crisis quickly grew from the bottom of my heart. Boom, too late to feel any pain. Kaido can't even catch the speed of Might's outstanding hand. He was sent flying by 3 swift fists. The fierce astral wind poured into Kaido's wide-open mouth. Let it suffocate for a brief moment, this moment. Kaido just felt that time seemed to slow down, can't detect anything. And the next moment, Kaido's whole body trembled violently. It's like being driven by a car at a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. Like a levitating train crashing, terrible impact through the body. Bombarded on the rocks in the distance, and leave a huge dent. The moment Kaido was sent flying with Might Gia's 3 punches. Ant 4 Emperors is holding Napoleon, grab the moment of Might Jeter. Set off a strong wave of wind, next moment, a figure wrapped in black mist. Like a demon god from hell, looming in midair, clang, clang, clang. Sparks are flying everywhere, and the wind is constantly blowing. The sand and stones raised covered the entire battlefield like covering the sky and blocking out the sun. The Might J who was attacked retreated violently. The white pupils of the eyes burst out, like the fury of a ferocious beast. Next second, a savage, violent breath, it erupts from the body in an instant. Roar, youth! Might Jia shook one arm, the violent aura shot up into the sky like a sharp blade. The ferocious roar of the tiger, it resounds throughout the world. Looking at the tiger-shaped boxing wind gradually condensing in the air. Everyone present couldn't help but feel a strong crisis. That is, how can it be, only relying on fist style? How far has that guy's physical body reached, if this blow falls on Bigmom? In the end, everyone present couldn't help but gasp. Seems afraid to think, this terrible fist wind, if it falls on Bigmom. What an injury it will cause, and most urgently. Nothing is better than the members of the Bigmom pirates. Watching Bigmom rushing toward Maijia, Katakuri couldn't help shouting. Mama, get out of the way, as Katakuri's words sounded. The rest of the members of the Bigmom pirates, they also anxiously shouted 2.4 words to let Bigmom escape. However, Ant 4 Emperors who has already fallen into madness. Can you hear their cry? At this moment only one thing on my mind? That is to tear the little thing in front of you into pieces. At the same time, Tom below the battlefield, after seeing the scene in front of me. Immediately, the frightened skin and skeleton separated. And flee quickly in different directions at the same time. But after running some distance, the skeleton suddenly disappeared in place. When it reappears, it miraculously appeared in Tom's body. And Tom also wrote the suicide note in this very short time. And buried himself in the ground, it's like waiting to die. Just after Tom had done all this, Prometheus floating beside the 4 Emperors. As if summoned, flies straight to Napoleon in the hands of the 4 Emperors. And blend in with it, next second, Napoleon fused with the flames of Prometheus. While becoming longer, frightening fangs have grown. Next, an even more palpitating coercion rose to the sky. The raving sound like Morizumi's hell, Emperor Sword, Broken Blade. At this moment, Might Jia quickly made an action similar to a seal. Then clenched his fists, blast to the head of the 4 Emperors. Day Tiger, Chapter 93. The Blue Beast is about to leave the stage, and the era of the Red Beast is coming. Chapter 93. The Blue Beast is about to leave the stage, and the era of the Scarlet Beast is coming. Might Jia, who is suspended in midair at this moment, has scarlet eyes. Surrounding air, constantly gathered around him. Like flowing water, follow the contours of your body against the current. And his aura at the moment, also reached the limit of the current body. The following physical exercises are completely different from the previous ones. The fist that kills, usually invisible, Day Tiger. As Might J's voice fell, the deafening roar of the tiger. Roll up bursts of screaming wind and go straight to Dama to kill. In an instant, the black mist surrounding Big Mom's body. Covering the 4 Emperors and like a substance. Form a black protective shield, and Prometheus fused with Napoleon. And split a flame, set Ant's long hair on fire. At first glance, it gives people a sense of sight of the undead knight. Mama Matilda. Amid morbidly maniacal laughter, the 4 Emperors Ant holds the Emperor's sword. Stepping on thousands of thunderbolts, rolling up bursts of terrifying coercion like a demon, rushing away. Emperor's Sword. Broken Blade, in a morbidly mad roar. A terrifying sword energy that could tear apart the heavens and the earth. Rolling up bursts of palpitating flames, the fierce tiger condense with the fist wind. Create violent collisions in midair, in an instant. A chilling sonic boom, it seems to tear the whole sky apart. Countless red-black lightning pierced through the clouds. Intertwined with the thunder above the 9 heavens. Caused by the heaven and earth vision, sending chills down the spine of people all over the world. 06 Great fear enveloped the whole world. Is this a battle between monsters? It's really scary, inside the World Press headquarters. Looking at the scene in the picture where the whole world is about to collapse. Rao is such a crazy fellow as Morgan's, can't help but take a breath. Immediately afterwards, it felt as if a pair of big hands were pinching his throat. Make it harder to breathe, by sheer physical skill alone. You can fight that monster ant to such an extent. This guy. Could it be that he is the strongest gymnastics expert in Beechburg? The top powerhouses who agree with Morgan's ideas. Seeing that strength with fistwind, after one blow that can suppress Bigmom. My heart can't help but set off a stormy sea, compared to Morgan's. These top powerhouses at the scene, I can feel the terrifying power contained in that blow more clearly. At this moment Garp clenched his fists, it's like a fire is burning in my heart. Seeing Kong-Kong, when he placed his futon-sized hand on Garp's shoulder. Seems to be suppressing Garp before fighting Desire. Although he also wanted to participate in this battle very much. But it is not clear how many strong people there are in Beechburg. You can only suppress the desire in your heart, the old man understands. Garp unclasped his fists, but the eyes are staring at the battle above the sky even hotter. Can that Bigmom guy hold on? Whitebeard with arms around. There is a hint of doubt in the slightly puzzled tone. In the face of Whitebeard's questioning, none of the people present could give an affirmative response. Advertisement, or in other words, it's their bad response. After all, he is still a grasshopper on a boat. If Bigmom is killed by that guy, then they are the ones who will play next, can face such a powerful monster. They don't think their physical fitness is better than Bigmom. And that guy Kaido is the perfect example, just 3 punches. Then he knocked him into a coma, if it befalls them. Even if there is no death on the spot, that is not far from death. And, this level of war, it doesn't depend on the number of people to be useful. At the same time, in the realm of mystery, the mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Create the character, cat and mouse world, Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get +1 mysterious points, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, cat and mouse world, Might Gia, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Roughly scanned the mysterious point prompt that is rapidly swiping the screen. Al habitually opened the system store. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points, 1,503,416, close black lens bracket. Glanced at the balance, Al randomly opened the creation page. World template, green grassland, open black lens bracket start modifying, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Qingqing grassland, a prairie with a variety of animals, close black lens bracket. Directly ignore the template prompt of Qingqing grassland. Al immediately started modifying the Qingqing grassland. Open black lens bracket 3,000 years ago, except Go Shangling, which is a forbidden area for humans to set foot in, close black lens bracket. In the southernmost part of the mainland, there is also a forbidden land where humans are forbidden to set foot. Open black lens bracket and this forbidden land is called Qingqing grassland, close black lens bracket. On the green grassland, there are technology far beyond human beings, as well as powerhouses. Open black lens bracket and this is why the Qingqing grassland is included in the forbidden area, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, in the actual battle caused by Go Shangling 3,000 years ago, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Qingqing grassland and other powerful people do not want to join that battlefield, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket so I chose to split the entire Qingqing grassland from the mainland, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket thus forming a floating giant island, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket in 200 years, the green grassland floating on the sea, close black lens bracket. Accidentally encountered an unprecedented giant soaring ocean current. Open black lens bracket it is also because of this soaring ocean current, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the green grassland was washed up to Sky Island at a height of 10,000 meters, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after rushing to Sky Island, the green grassland will no longer drift, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and those strong people also think that Sky Island is a good place to make their home, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket so Qingqing grassland settled down on Sky Island, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but the good times don't last long, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the sudden appearance of a group of crazy scientists, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket disturbed the stability of Qingqing grassland for many years, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and to protect the green grassland, close black lens bracket, a group of powerful people in the Qingqing grassland started a big battle with the group of crazy scientists, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in that war. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket crazy scientist used cloning technology for the first time, close black lens bracket. A group of powerful people who once crushed the green grassland, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in order to prevent Qingqing grassland from being ruled by those crazy scientists, close black lens bracket. A group of strong men in the Qingqing grassland opened the treasure that had been buried for thousands of years, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket with the help of treasures. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Qingqing grassland spawned batches of powerful existences, close black lens bracket. It is also because of the appearance of these strong men, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket caused the situation has undergone earth-shaking changes, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the end, this great battle, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the end is declared under the union of all the powerhouses of Beechburg, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket since the overlord of Sky Island, the legend of Qingqing grassland has begun, close black lens bracket. Analyzing world template, logically consistent, harmonious business cooperation. World template fusion in progress, after creating the legend of Qingqing grassland. Al's heart started to itch again, after a brief ideological struggle. Al immediately opened the lottery page, get ready to grab some more characters. Now Shi Xiao already has a character material, just 2 more. The legend of Qingqing grassland can be created, at the same time. On the battlefield of Bikini Bottom, advertisement. The howling wind rolled up bursts of terrifying coercion and swept the entire island. Click, 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 in a series of piercing crackling sounds. The sword energy slashed by the four emperors' ant. Under the attack of the fierce tiger with condensed fist wind. It gradually turned into countless fragments and dissipated in midair. However, the fierce tiger that tore apart the terrifying sword energy did not dissipate because of this. Instead, go straight to the four emperors' ant with an even more ferocious attitude. Next moment, violent, domineering, the violent breath raging like a 100-level tsunami. Come out of the tiger's body, instantly, the howling wind howls. There was a series of violent explosions in the air. Sand and stone within a radius of more than 10 miles. Flying high as if summoned by some kind, and it will vibrate violently when suspended in the middle. The roar of the tiger is about to come out, the originally formless air. At this moment, it seems to be transformed into reality. Bombarded mercilessly on the sick and ferocious face of the four emperors' ant. Crack, in a series of crackling sounds. Four emperors' ants' eyes suddenly change, flying backwards like being rushed by a train at a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. Straight into Kaido's body. Boom! One, the earth-shattering piercing sound soars into the sky. Next second, the huge island produced violent vibrations. Looking at the four emperors' ant who was blown out. Everyone present couldn't help but gasped, however. Waiting for everyone to recover from the shock, Kaido, who was hit by the ant and vomited blood, stood up brazenly. At the moment, Kaido can be described as burning with anger. Kick the four emperors' ant out, without the slightest hesitation. Kaido's eyes turned cold, directly hand over the world government to his evil medicine and take it. Maybe it's because of the anger that hits the heart. Kaido directly took dozens of pills, and just when Kaido's breath was soaring. Ant 4 Emperors is also slowly waking up, after seeing Kaido's impulsive behavior. Anti 4 Emperors, who was already hungry, immediately, he also took out a bottle of poisonous medicine from his waist. Swallow it in your mouth together with the bottle. Next second, a horrifying and terrifying coercion rises to the sky like a demon god from hell. Even the 5 elders, who are the highest authority in the world government, when feeling this terrible coercion, can't help but shudder. With a face full of horror, he said, "Those 2 lunatics. Madman. Quick, escape from this area, otherwise those 2 guys will go crazy. Even we can't stop it." When Yan, everyone couldn't help cursing inwardly. No time to think, evacuate the area hastily, looking at the 2 monsters whose aura is rising. Might Jensen frowned, such a powerful breath, he only felt it on 6 paths Tom. Facing such a strong man, Might Jia also knows very well. Only open 7th gate, perhaps it is still impossible to subdue those 2 monsters. In an instant, a more intense fighting spirit rushed straight to the forehead. The blue beast is about to leave the stage, the era of scarlet beasts is coming. I'll let you see, what is burning youth, chapter 94, Might Jia, Night Guy. Plop, plop, the sound of a beating heart, like a giant ball of fire. While driving the rapid flow of blood throughout the body. It is also constantly stimulating the nerve cells of Kaido and 4 Emperors. Next, in a series of crackling sounds. The skin surface of Kaido and the 4 Emperors, continuously oozing black blood. And their bodies, it is also growing rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye. The ferocious red veins, it is centered on the heart like a lava python. Spread around. This surging power. Kaido breathed out bloody hot air. The sharp dragon claws are gently closed, the strong wind that drives it seems to split the air. Make a sharp screech, Mamama Tilda, this feeling. Simply fantastic. Ant 4 Emperors clenched her fists. The chilly aura like the underworld keeps oozing out like the essence. Her fiery red hair, gradually rendered into the dense will-o'-the-wisp like a phosphorus fire burning. The already scarlet eyes, at this moment, wisps of will-o'-the-wisp burst forth. Just by looking at it, can't help but feel a chill. Just a fist movement, it makes the surrounding space seem to be broken. Make a piercing crackling sound, and Zeus at the feet of the 4 Emperors. And the Emperor's sword tightly held in his hand. Also changed drastically under the influence of the 4 Emperors' ant. With a flash of lightning, Zeus split into countless lightning and merged with the Emperor's sword. Boom! Instantly, thunder and lightning, as if the whole world. Everyone is dreading the birth of 2 monsters, Kaido and Big Mom. And the top powerhouses of the World Coalition forces. After seeing this scene, I can't help but feel a strong sense of crisis. While looking at 5 elders with surprised eyes. Urgent shouts sounded at the same time, "Madman! Those 2 lunatics, he actually took a whole bottle of poisonous medicine. 2 lunatics. Once those 2 guys got out of hand. Even we can't stop those 2 lunatics, quick. Quickly evacuate this area, the moment the voice hits the ground." 5 elders didn't care about everyone's reaction. Get out of this dangerous area quickly. No one knows more about the power of the poison than they do. No one knows better than them how terrible the side effects of the murderous medicine are. Just a pill, it can make people break through the limit of biology. Obtain a power boost far beyond the original base by 10%. And the side effects, I completely lost my mind. Become a war weapon that can only kill, and there is no clear time limit for the side effects of this fierce drug. In other words, it is to continuously improve the strength in the killing. Until it explodes to death, and before death, this effect cannot be stopped. Watching the 5 elders fleeing in a hurry, the people who reacted quickly chased after him and asked the 5 elders what kind of situation this is. And 5 elders did not choose to continue to hide this time. While telling the whole story, the mouth is still constantly blaming Kaido and Bigmom, these two madmen. If you just take one pill, the impact of the side effects is not particularly strong. But those two lunatics just don't take the usual way. Take the whole bottle of evil medicine, this behavior is simply courting death. While the effect of the medicine has not fully taken effect. Let's leave this island, listening to the words of the 5 elders. Beasts pirates and members of the Bigmom pirates couldn't hold back any longer. For ability-enhancing words, they are not interested at all. They only want to know one thing. That's how to save their captain. But the answer given by 5 elders is naturally no. After taking such a poisonous drug, don't talk about saving Kaido and Bigmom. Even those two lunatics near them are a problem, just as the 5 elders and the crew of the 2 pirates are at loggerheads. The soaring Kaido, staring coldly at Might Gia, who is not far away. Little things, are you ready to be smashed to pieces by Laozi? While the voice sounded, Kaido's burly body like an iron tower trembled suddenly. Countless water vapor penetrates the skin, that looks so much like the King Luffy in second gear. Next moment, Kaido, whose strength has skyrocketed again, stomps. In an instant, the surrounding air surges rapidly. Condensed into a ball of light like a shockwave under Kaido's feet. Boom, explode with your feet, Kaido's burly body. As if surpassing the speed of light, advertisement. Gone before the eyes of the whole world, accompanied by bursts of sonic booms. The ground where Kaido was standing, like several TNT explosions. A huge depression of hundreds of meters burst out. Watching Kaido rushing towards him, Might Gia couldn't help but feel a sense of crisis. And this feeling, he has not felt it for many years. Slightly like that guy from Six Paths Tom, only. Compared to the guy in Six Paths form, you are still a little inferior. While the voice sounded, open Might J of 7th Gate. Suddenly, a more majestic and terrifying momentum erupted. While clenching your fists, you can even vaguely hear the piercing sound of space shattering. Click, 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 as the harsh cracking sound became more pronounced. The earth-shattering roar of the tiger suddenly resounded. Day Tiger. Without a moment's hesitation, Might J immediately used the strongest move of the shocking door. However, this tiger-shaped fist full of terrifying power. In the face of Kaido and 4 emperors who were getting out of control. As if it had lost its effect, after just knocking the 2 back tens of meters away, there is no further text. This is going to give me a headache, looking at the 2 monsters charging again. Might J is also unambiguous, clenched fists, with super high speed. Like lightning, it continuously bombarded the heads of the 2 of them. However, this violent and ferocious attack, in the face of Kaido and 4 emperors and 2 rough-skinned and thick-skinned monsters. But it can only achieve the effect of repelling, and with Might J hitting again and again. The poison that Kaido and the 4 emperors' aunts took. It seems that the effect of the medicine is also diverging this time. Next second, 2 more astonishing monstrous powers. It burst out from their bodies as if to disperse the whole world. After feeling the power of these 2 forces, Might Gia quickly withdrew hundreds of meters away. At the same time, the mentality of looking at Kaido and 4 emperors has also undergone a subtle change. This kind of momentum, what a youth, only. Compared to the 6 paths pattern, you are still a little bit worse. Words fall, seemingly irritated by Might J's provocative words. Or the drug effect occurs again, Kaido and 4 emperors. An even more chilling coercion erupted again, at the same time. The surface of their skin is as if scalded by lava. Gradually blacken and fall off in large areas at the same time. Immediately afterwards, the blue veins and blood vessels fill with scorching breath. Unreservedly exposed to the air, with the skin all over the body peeled off clean. Pieces of red scales quickly cover the whole body centered on the heart. Look around, like a lava demon crawling out of hell. And the 4 emperors' aunt standing beside Kaido. While the clothes and skin of the whole body are reduced to ashes. Wisps of cold black air erupted like a fountain, just for a moment. It turned into a set of red and black armor on its surface. And the Emperor's sword in her hand has also undergone a subtle change. Surrounded by thunder and flames, shrouded in a layer of cold black mist. See this situation, Might Gia suddenly laughed aloud. It has the momentum of the 6 paths form, really. That's how youthful it is, as the last words fell. Might Gia's tone gradually became serious, the blue beast is about to leave the stage. The era of scarlet beasts is coming, I will show you. What is burning youth, with the words of youth falling to the ground. Might J folded his arms together, revealing 2 rows of big shiny white fang. Open, 8-gate escape formation, the moment I put my arms down. Might Gia made a movement like a white crane spreading its wings. Next moment, the rushing bloody steam is like flowing water. Follow the contours of the body soaring into the sky. In an instant, the surrounding air is like detonated TNT. Let out a series of roaring explosions, the dust and airwaves rolled up. It even covers the entire island, feeling the terrifying power full of violence and destruction. All the top powerhouses who retreated to the edge of the island. At this moment, it's like falling into an ice cave. Bursts of cold immediately eroded the whole body. That rascal. 5 elders instinctively retreated several meters away. And many strong people around, it was trembling violently. That is the fear that comes from the depths of the soul. I knew that guy must still have a backup, this amazing breath. Advertisement. While everyone was amazed, my Jia, who was covered in bloody steam, exploded with energy. Like a bloody lightning bolt, gone in the eyes of the world in horror. Strong, the sense of crisis is coming like a tide. Kaido and 4 emperors, who are on the verge of losing control. The moment I felt this sense of crisis, I completely lost control. Reduced to 2 humanoid weapons that only know how to kill. And that tidal sense of crisis, the moment it dissipated, it was replaced by endless killing intent. However, don't wait for Kaido and 4 emperors ant to make a move. Might J, exuding bloody steam, appeared in front of Big Mom like a bloody lightning. 1 foot. Muffled roar. The moment it rings, the iron fist wrapped in blood-colored steam brought a ferocious howling airflow. Straight to the head of the 4 emperors, in an instant. The air surges like a tide, as if stirred by Might J's vicious punch. Instantly, the suffocating fist wind blows to the face. Form a huge air column impact. Click. A series of bursting sounds suddenly sounded. 4 emperors trembled violently. In this instant, it seemed to vibrate dozens or hundreds of times. The scarlet pupils are full of ferocious madness. Faced with such a majestic blow from Might Jia, the 4 emperors ant just insisted on it for a moment, and it was unbearable. All of a sudden, the arms of 4 emperors standing in front of her eyes seemed to be split open, and blood spurted wildly. Top down, there were even several terrifying cracks with deep visible bones. Next moment, in the pain caused by the explosion of the whole arm, the face of the 4 emperors ant is twisted into a ball. Bloodline oozes from the terrifying and ferocious fangs. In the end, he was blown out by Might Jia like a dead dog. However, while the 4 emperors were being blasted out, Might J exuding bloody steam, once again, it turned into a bloody streamer and followed behind the 4 emperors ant. 1 foot. Might J stepped on the void. The first air cannon was fired at a very fast speed. However, just when the 4 emperors ant was about to stop, Might Jia appeared behind him at some point, 2 feet. Another air cannon that stirs the air rushes in, 4 emperors without the slightest defense. Under 2 consecutive air cannons, it seems to be imprisoned in midair. 3 legs. Foot. Under continuous air cannons. The invisible space seems to have become a substance. Cracked out a series of ferocious cracks. Click. A series of bone-cracking explosions exploded in midair. Countless blood beads the size of blood bean drops flew around. The 4 air cannons fired continuously in just 3 seconds. Forcibly dented the ferocious face of the 4 emperors ant. See this scene, the top powerhouses watching the battle from a distance. Can't help but take a breath of cool air. It seems that there is a cold air from the soles of the feet to the tinling guy. Mama. The members of the BIGMOM pirates saw this. I was even more anxious. Good. I'm afraid that the 4 emperors will fall from here. And the members of the beasts pirates, I'm so anxious right now. Even Jack the Drow, the biggest anti-bone boy, at this moment, I couldn't help but sweat for Kaido. After all, even the 4 emperors ant who has Kong's balloon physique. Still the 4 emperors ant who took a whole bottle of evil medicine. Just a face-to-face effort, he was bombarded by Might Jia and passed out on the spot. Things are getting out of control. Garp clenched his fists. The fighting spirit in my heart is rushing like a raging ocean wave. However, just as Garp was about to make a move, Kong's hoarse voice suddenly sounded. Have you noticed that the guy's aura seems to have weakened a lot? As soon as this remark came out, everyone present closed their eyes. It seems to be concentrating on sensing the breath of Might Jia. And at the same time, looking at the 4 emperors ant imprisoned in midair. Kaido's body shook, soared into the sky like a red dragon escaped from the lava hell. Amid the earth-shattering dragon chant, Kaido hovering in the air suddenly opened his bloody mouth. Hot and terrifying airwaves gushed out of his mouth like a volcanic eruption. The howling wind is about to come out, cause a series of violent noises in the air. There is no doubt that if the blow fell on Might J, it must be burnt to ashes. Next second, Might J, who was aware of it, stopped attacking the 4 emperors ant. A cold chill flashed in the pale eyes, not holding back for a moment. Might Jia, who exudes bloody steam, turned into a streamer again. Facing the pillar of fire into the sky, in a trance. A thunderous roar, come with the sky above, night guy. Chapter 95. 2 dragons fighting for the front, Wolf King Sekiro joins. Night guy. Shout out these 2 words at the same time. All the cells in Might Jia's body seem to be burning. The hideous red blood vessels spread from the heart to the whole body as if filled with lava. Instantly, color change, bloody steam emanating from all over. Gradually condense into a blood-red giant dragon in midair. Looking at the blood-colored dragon rising into the sky below. Kaido hovering above the sky urged the strength of his whole body. Trying to burn the little mouse in front of me to ashes with one blow. Lava-streaked scales, under the mobilization of Kaido. A dazzling red light flashes from the tip of the tail to the top of the head. Every time it lights up are all manifestations of gathering strength. And the scales passing the energy up are also dimmed. With the last delivery, the giant lava dragon hovering above the sky. It also transformed into an ordinary blue dragon. And the energy condensed in the mouth, it also spurted out with a roar in Kaido's heart. Fire Dragon Torch Rising Dragon Flame 8 trigrams. Boom, a powerful airwave breaks through the clouds when it hits like a meteorite. And the moment a giant pillar of fire composed of countless fiery fireworks rushed out. Gradually condense into a huge fire dragon, accompanied by the sound of 2 dragon chants. Within 100 miles of space, as if unable to bear the terrifying power brought by these 2 giant dragons. Seriously twisted, in an instant, the storm is surging. The top powerhouses standing in the distance, looking at the 2 giant dragons standing high above the sky. Can't help but get chills down the spine. There are quite a few weaker guys who fainted directly. Withdraw, continue to evacuate, this space has been distorted. If you don't evacuate, it is very likely to be affected. The 5 elders hurriedly urged when looking again. The 5 elders are already galloping on the icy road formed by Aokiji. Looking at those lightning-like figures, the corners of the mouths of all the top powerhouses present could not help but twitch. But now is no time for them to whine. The supreme power of the world government. When you encounter such a situation, you have to evacuate regardless of your image. It can be seen how terrifying the offensive of that 1 man and 1 mouse is. Daddy. Marco in phoenix form flew to Whitebeard's side. He asked, "Who do you think will survive, Kaido or that mouse?" To be honest, the offensive and coercion of those 2 people. It doesn't feel much different in my eyes, facing Marco's inquiry. Whitebeard stopped suddenly, looking back, he glanced at Meow and said bluntly. I don't know, the 697 pieces of space have been distorted. Now I can't feel the breath of those 2 guys at all. See what Whitebeard said, Marco almost had an answer in his heart. That is. Lose-lose. Are you Andy's son? I remember your name is Katakuri, right? The red hair is parallel to Katakuri in a horizontal line. Out of kindness asked. Bigmom probably won't work. How about you join me, facing the redhead's invitation? Katakuri made a sudden stop. Senhan's eyes are filled with endless killing intent. The trident in his hand made a roaring vibration. It seems that the next second will directly penetrate the red hair's throat. See, the redhead apologized and hurried away. Turning around, he came to Jin's side. And repeated with the same words, after all, I took so many poisonous drugs. Fighting with that little mouse again, don't say it's a redhead. All the powerful people present didn't think Kaido and Big Mom would survive. But Jin was not as angry as Katakuri, instead, asked. If Master Kaido dies, then I'm the captain of the Beast's pirates. How about a redhead, think about it, become my subordinate? The redhead, who had been shut down, was speechless. It even attracted the jokes of the leaders of red hair pirates. Boss, what's the matter now? Are you still in the mood for such a joke? That's right, Kaido and Big Mom's life and death are uncertain now. You go poaching people at this time, it's just too unkind. In the face of people's jokes, the redhead apologized in a joking tone. Advertisement then speeded up when no one is around. The smile on the redhead's face stopped abruptly. Instead, a serious look on his face, it is clear. He said those words on purpose, because of the fight between Kaido, Big Mom and the little mouse. As a result, everyone's hearts were shrouded in a layer of haze. He doesn't like this oppressive feeling, that was torture for him. Seeing that the atmosphere has eased up a little bit. Redhead silently uses observation hockey to scout the battlefield. Distortable space interferes with everything, it is impossible to detect at all. This made the redhead frown, is it still not working? The redhead murmured inwardly, Bigmom before the full effect of the drug. It was interrupted by Maijia, if this also interrupts the efficacy of the medicine. There is a high probability that you can still survive. But Kaido, as it soars to the sky, obviously, the effect of the evil medicine has been fully exerted. Remembering the 2 colliding dragons, the redhead couldn't help shaking his head. At the same time, in the realm of mystery, the mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 must be obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Maijia, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Roughly scanned the mysterious point prompt that is rapidly swiping the screen. Al habitually opened the system store, open black lens bracket current mysterious points, 3,303,416, close black lens bracket. Looking at the remaining balance of only 3.3 million. Al sighed softly, I can't help but feel a little regretful. After creating the legend of Qingqing Grassland, he poured all the 500,000 mysterious points into the lottery. In the end, I only got one material character X1. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the character of Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob SquarePants, close black lens bracket. Counting the previously owned material characters. Al already has 2 useless material characters in his hands. Open the system store, consume 2,500,000 mysterious points. Purchased mystery material character X3. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the bikini boss material role. Boss Crab. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the Go Ling material role. Bald Chang. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character of the cat and mouse world. Doopy Dog. Close black lens bracket. The material role of the director, just when Al was about to throw it all into the material converter. Can't help being slightly stunned for a moment, immediately opened the acquisition page again. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character of the cat and mouse world. Doopy Dog. Close black lens bracket. Looking at the name of the Doopy Dog, Al fell into deep thought for a while. The four gods in the animation world, whoever listens to the obscene words that don't pass cigarettes. It's from Doopy Dog. No, how could this guy appear in the world of cat and mouse? To be honest, Al was indeed a little stunned. After all, this guy has nothing to do with Tom and the others. In a trance, Al seems to have remembered something. Immediately there was an expression of enlightenment. Tom, Jerry and Doodle have teamed up. This also means they are the same worldview. Think of this, the astonishment on Al's face was gradually replaced by joy. If Tom has grasped the law of life, what do Pi mastered is the law of space. Proper bug level character. But when I think of the scene when Tom was created on the spot. Tisk. Big level characters like this are not very easy to modify. With a helpless sigh, Al can only put aside the idea of creating a Doopy Dog. After all, he hasn't even created Jerry yet, in a trance. Al suddenly seemed to think of something, can't help showing a smile of anticipation. If Tom's gene and Jerry's gene are fused together, plus an explosion, is it possible to create a Doopy Dog? Got an idea. Al didn't act this time, because he can only perform one material role conversion now. To know, AGCA, he had previously created the world legend of the Ching Ching Grassland. Just create a random character, you can earn 2 mystery points. But if you take this opportunity to gamble on a possibility, if you win alone, that is to earn 2 mysterious points in one breath. Lost the bet, you can only continue to accumulate mysterious points slowly. Advertisement. No matter how you think about it, it is more profitable to create the characters of Ching Ching Grassland first. Think of this, Al, in order not to let himself regret, very decisively changed the character material of Ching Ching Grassland. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character of Ching Ching Grassland. Big Wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Material character. Big Wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Since 2800 years ago, the Ching Ching Grassland came to Sky Island because of the soaring ocean current. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The ancestors of Big Wolf settled down in Sky Island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until a group of mad scientists broke in hundreds of years later. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Totally disrupted the stable life of Ching Ching Grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The beginning of the war. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf is lying leisurely on the grassland and sleeping late. Close black lens bracket. When I wake up, the surrounding has become a sea of flames. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The surprised Big Wolf hurried back to Wolf Castle after hearing the news. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, it was already too late when he rushed back. Close black lens bracket. There is no Hong Hong, there is no Shalweiwei, my. What's the point of being a wolf? Open black lens bracket. Grief and anger. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf holds a great knife and goes straight to the mad scientist's lair to kill. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. That night was a blood moon, and it was also the night of slaughter of Big Wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Bearing the title of Wolf King, I will never lose. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In that battle, Big Wolf killed the sky and the earth in darkness. Close black lens bracket. It even expelled the lunatic scientist from the green grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Since then, Big Wolf has gone back to the countryside to hide his name. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Became an extremely negative, useless person. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I can only rely on alcohol and drugs to fall asleep every day. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, what Big Wolf doesn't know today is, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Since that battle, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The entire Ching Ching Grassland is looking for his trace. Close black lens bracket. It seems to be aware that everyone is looking for themselves. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf jumped down from a height of 10,000 meters after drinking a glass of poisoned wine. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Without Hong Hong, without Shalweiwei, life as a wolf is meaningless. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. What Big Wolf didn't expect. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even if he fell from a height of 10,000 meters, he still failed to die completely. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The pain from the internal organs like a tide tortured Big Wolf for several days. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but still unable to resist the grief in his heart. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket lying in place for several days. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Seeing that Wei Tailong, who is still alive, can't help but have a little doubt. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, I also regained a little sanity. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. No matter how strong his physical fitness is. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It's not like falling from a height of 10,000 meters and still not dying. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Thinking. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf suddenly remembered that what he was drinking was not poisonous wine at all. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It's the holy water brought back from Bushongling by his ancestors. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Possess the immortal holy water. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After learning that he is immortal, Big Wolf is ashamed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Falling from a height of 10,000 meters caused all his internal organs to be shattered. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And all the bones in my body were smashed into pieces. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The current him can be said to be unable to move and die if he wants to. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Being in such a situation, Big Wolf sheds tears all day long. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It was not found by the patrolling King Gigi until several months later. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The found Big Wolf was treated by that forest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Though the torment of the pain of escape. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But Big Wolf's body can no longer support him to do any strenuous exercise. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As long as the movement range is slightly larger, severe pain will sweep his whole body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But Wei Tailong, who is ashamed of death, doesn't care about it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Hiding in the cave all day long to carve red and small gray wood carvings. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Until many years later. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Mad scientist created the first batch of cloned monsters. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And invaded the Qingqing grassland again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Face powerful cloned monsters. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The powerhouses of Qingqing grassland have fallen into an unprecedented battle. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On the way to escape. Close black lens bracket. A strong wolf tribe accidentally discovered the holy water bottle that Big Wolf used to drink as poisonous wine. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After learning the news that Big Wolf might still be alive. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The experts in Qingqing grassland decided to send people to find Big Wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After going through all kinds of hardships. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The people sent by Qingqing grassland finally found Big Wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But at this time, Big Wolf is like a useless person. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It is impossible to have the power to save the green grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order not to make Big Wolf more painful. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The people sent by Qingqing Prairie decided to hide the news that Big Wolf is still alive. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Just when that person was about to leave. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf endured the pain as if he had sensed it and rushed out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Looking at the relatives I miss so much are still alive. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf weeps with joy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But when he knew that Hong Hong was still being urged by the war. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Big Wolf is furious. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, he can't do anything right now. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Perennial depression made him forget his own abilities. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order to save his beloved, Big Wolf knelt in front of Zhejiang for 3 days and 3 nights. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But I'm strong, but I don't want to teach Big Wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Because Big Wolf's current health is really bad. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Until Big Wolf knelt on the spot for 7 days and 7 nights. Close black lens bracket. Only because I can't bear it, I taught the way of fighting. Open black lens bracket. And gave Big Wolf a new name. A wolf. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Resisting the pain caused by the body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It took Sekiro 3 months to regain the top. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The story of Sekiro returning to the green grassland after reaching the peak spread instantly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. While giving hope, it also scares the group of mad scientists. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order to deal with a wolf, A mad scientist threatens his beloved one, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Order the wolf to hand over the treasures of the Qingqing grassland, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. For love, Sekiro disregarded everyone's dissuasion and took the treasure away, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The crazy scientist who got the treasure broke his promise, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Not only pushing his beloved from Sky Island, but also destroying treasures, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order to save his beloved, Sekiro exploded with power beyond the limits, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And the treasure is also restored under the power of Sekiro, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And also rescued his beloved, close black lens bracket. Sekiro, who was helped by the treasure, and a group of green grassland powerhouses joined forces, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Totally shatter the fantasies of crazy scientists invading the Qingqing grassland, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Since then, the legend of Wolf King Sekiro has been passed down from ancient times, close black lens bracket.